I can swim. Just can't walk or dress myself. Take it easy. Take it easy.
Salute, and welcome back to the Black Ocean. Now we're in deep in with your host, the one and only Great Black Shark. What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? What's going on? Oh, yes. We have to discuss the Orange administration. As you all know, unless you've been living on a rock somewhere, the Orange administration has been running wild, okay? Tangerine mania, whatever you want to call it, has been running wild. He has been on a roll with his executive orders, striking things, signing things, just all kind of stuff been going on here with Agent Orange. Oh, yes, we got to discuss it over here tonight. Let me go ahead and tell you right now, probably expect some interruptions, as they usually will do, but we're going to try to get around that as best as possible. Hopefully, you all can hear me loud and clear, and apologies, ladies and gentlemen, for the delay tonight. Apologies. Got some things to take care of, but we are here nonetheless. We are here. Can everybody hear me loud and clear? And look, if there's any issues, hit the refresh button on your screen, okay, and try to reset screen. PewTube's gonna do what it does. We're gonna do what we gotta do. So let me greet those of you that I see joining us over here. Let's see. I see only Pamela's Way in the building, Tanisha Murdoch. I see Doc B1 in here, Kevin S. Wingfield, Jaleel Peterson, Stolen Ancestors 1526, 225 Girl is in the building, Dad Miller TV. Let's see Sakina Collins, Michael Williams. Let's see Kevin Jose Jr., V. Mosby's in here. Let's see. I think that's everybody I see so far. And salute to the brother Latravia Lawson for the cash out. Thank you very much. Now, can everybody hear me loud and clear? Give me a black fist or thumbs up in the chat room if you can hear me clearly. Let me know. Because I want to make sure that I can be heard before we get underway here tonight. I'm going to tell you right now, boy, this one's going to make a lot of people mad. The Democrat shillbilly's going to be mad. Everybody's going to be mad. So let me make sure that I just, okay, seeing the black fist and the thumbs up, let me make sure I adjust something really quickly. Okay? All righty. Looks like everything coming through good on my end so far. Anyway, we're going to go ahead and get started. So I'm going to go ahead and play our sponsor real quick here. Like I said, if you hear any type of issues with audio, what have you, let me know. And before I do that, ladies and gentlemen, give me a quick second. I'm going to make one quick adjustment. All right? I'm going to make one quick adjustment. Give me 1 second. And I'm going to go ahead and play this sponsor, and I'm going to make that adjustment while this is going on.
2, 4, 6, 8, don't make fun of our way. 2, 4, 6, 8, don't make fun of our way.
1, 2, 3, 4, you're gonna fall through the floor. Okay, I get it. The no ma'am guys sent you guys over here, didn't they? It's the birthday gag. One of you supposed to jump out of a cake, but you ate it on the way over.
Bundy, we are activists.
Oh, I'd say not quite active enough.
It so happens we marched yesterday, shoo schmuck.
What, the million-pound march? What, hams across America?
Joke all you want, Bundy. We've got all night.
Well, I'd love to invite you all to the lobster hut with me, but I don't think I have any coupons for krill.
You're not going anywhere.
And just how do you girls propose to stop an all-city fullback? Ladies, I believe we can work this out.
Your face, I can identify you.
Not from the morgue, you can't.
Did I say I had cataracts in both eyes? I can't see a thing, girl.
Sit your ass down!
Ass sitting down. Jordan!
Shut up!
Still inside the bank. I want to make a deal. I'm coming in, and I'm unarmed.
All right, but don't try nothing
Hey, yo, what's up, man? It's Jay. What's up?
Hold on. Y'all know each other? Oh, you trying to set me up, huh?
No. We have never met, right, Morris?
Oh, y'all must be undercover cops. Girl, come over here and frisk them. On second thought, I'm gonna frisk him because he got it going on. No.
Hey, I got it going on, too.
Oh, shut up. I can't tell. Only thing big is your head. Now let's go.
Yeah, I take it back to the classic comedy shows, man. Hey, you know, hopefully that gave y'all a brief bit of laugh there. You know, it was a brief bit of laughter there. Hopefully it did. But we got to get into some things that are no laughing matter for some people. And oh, look, before I say this, all right, I got a couple of new sponsors coming up. Y'all gonna be like, man, where the hell did you find that shit? So I'm just gonna warn you in advance. I ain't gonna show it here tonight. But the next broadcast that we do over here on the channel, expect to see something new, okay? And it's going to be ultra petty. I was thinking about making a YouTube short of it first, but nah, I'm going to have to spring this one on y'all first. Then I might make it a short and add something to it. So just be expecting that. It's coming. It's coming. I just may drop it on Patreon first, okay? I just might. I'm thinking about doing that, but just know it's coming. Nonetheless, we're going to go ahead and get started here tonight with what we got to talk about. As you see this picture right here, Agent Orange, okay, in his trumpet or whatever you want to call it, okay? I wonder what he calls his hairstyle. I wonder what. Somebody needs to ask him that one day and see what the official name of the hairstyle is, okay? Because as you see up on the picture here, it says, my turn, okay? Now, why do I have the picture up here where it says, my turn? Well, the reason that I have the picture up here that says my turn is it's self-explanatory. The orange man is about to go on a tangerine rampage. I feel sorry for your ass. He is coming. Okay, the orange man coming. Going to be quite a vindictive 4 years for a lot of flunkies. Now, let me go ahead and state my official position on this. You bootlegging Democrat shields and Sam Bozo, okay? Congressional Black Caucus, your mayors, your Brandon Johnsons, your Eric Adams, all of them, okay? Well, Eric Adams, they might kind of cut him a break since he kind of flipped a little bit before, you know what I'm saying? The orange man got in there, so he might get cut a pass. We'll see. You never know with the orange man, but the rest of you, your Alvin the Chipmunk Braggs, Letitia James, Judge Tanya Chutkin. Oh, finding the Mammy Willis down here. Oh, man, y'all are on y'all own when the orange man come, and he is coming. Furthermore, you bootlegging politicians, you bootleg politicians, let me talk to you. Overstand it, he gonna get you too, because why am I saying that? Well, we're gonna look at a couple of things here tonight, but I'm just gonna say it at the beginning of the broadcast. All of you have seen the current findings of USAID, okay? Yeah, that corruption, oh my God. If you're a tax-paying American citizen and that don't piss you off, man, I don't know what to tell you, okay? Oh boy, a lot of the tether class is mad because boy, a lot of that, boy, this has been going on for years. And this stuff that all of us have suspected, but you didn't really have the hard numbers to prove it until now. Now, let's go ahead and make this clear. In case you're new here, I'm neither liberal nor conservative. I'm not a fan of the Democrats or the Republicans. All they are means to an end to get things done for my people. Whichever one's going to do something for us. I have no loyalty to either of these motherfuckers, okay? I just want to say that at the beginning of the broadcast. Now, even though I'm no fan of an Elon Musk or what have you, I'm glad that it's been done here as far as them going through everything with a fine-tooth comb to expose a lot of this financial misappropriation. We just got to call that what it is. It is absolutely egregious and ridiculous, okay? So the reason why I say the bootlegging politicians and the bootleg class are in trouble, I've always told y'all, the only reason that them folks, the Mayo people, will allow you to come amongst them and partake in any type of illegal shenanigans they got going on is because if anything goes wrong, and they decide that, you know, they need a foul flunky, well, guess who it's going to be? All the black ones, okay? So while you thinking that you getting away with them and, you know, you think you the special Negro in the room, You thinking, oh man, they wouldn't ever do that to me. Well, congratulations. You're going to be first. And mark my words, it's going to be some prosecutions behind some of this stuff. And you know they're going to start with the niggers. Oh, yeah, they'll get a few little lower tier white ones, but they're going to start with the niggers first, okay? And see, you bootlicking Democrat shillbillies, you know they're going to throw you under the bus first because they just call it what it is. All of this stuff that's coming out, I guarantee you is going to be slanted. I will be highly surprised if when they start the prosecutions or putting people on blast major, they'll actually aimed at towards the Republican Party. I don't think they're going to do that at all. It would be crazy for Trump to do that, but Trump don't have them all. So you never know. He might surprise you. You know, look, if Trump aims, disclosing any of his findings towards people in the Republican Party, it'll be his enemies, people that he wants to politically ruin and get rid of. So, hey, look, he only have 4 years. So why not? Because, look, let me just tell y'all what this is before we get started. A lot of you need to understand, particularly with a wealthy white supremacist like Donald Trump, I'm going to call it what it is, he going to get even, okay? All that stuff they did with all that lawfare they was practicing against him, he is going to get even. He ain't going to sit there and let that slide. So just know he's going scorched earth with his time in office that he has. It's going to be very entertaining. And look, do not fall for any of these bootlegging politicians, the bootleg class that turn all of a sudden they're going to turn to the most pro-black thing you've ever seen. Watch what I tell you. Oh, boy, they're going to be rah-rah, sis, boom, bye. And I'm going to be like, nope. Turn your little boule ass around because you didn't do anything to help black people, okay? That's where I'm at with it. You didn't do anything to help our people. Don't expect any help from us when them folks come for you. And see, know this. This is what's going to happen. At first, they're going to kind of hold off for going at the bootlegs because they're going to wait to see if they have the support of black grassroots society. And when they see that we're not supporting them, it is over. They are going to come for them. Like, man, they're going to come for them faster than they can say their own names. I'm trying to tell you. And when they do, I'm like, nope, you're going to get the same thing that you gave us. I'm going to be like this. Did you say anything about what happened to Sonya Massey? Oh, you didn't? Okay, let's mark that down. There's no help. Did you say anything about what happened to any black person? Because I'll be here naming names all night. Did you say anything about any black person that anything bad happened to? They be quiet as church mice. Just go back and look at their records, especially Congressional Black Caucus. So that's where I'm at with it. You didn't help black people. Don't expect no help from us when the folks come for you. And they gonna come too, because I guarantee you, it ain't gonna be a whole bunch of white people get prosecuted first. They're gonna start with the niggers like they always do. But family, I got to show you something here because a lot of white supremacists, we're going to cover several bases here tonight, too, with a bunch of different information. But a lot of white supremacists are ranting and raving about DEI this, DEI that. Now, if you've been following me and other people in new black media spaces, you understand that, look, by the hard numbers, okay, black people do not benefit from any DEI program, okay? It's mostly white women, white LGBTQ. Black folks are like 3.8% of that, all right? Now, the reason why the white supremacists had to put us at the face of it, you got to understand something, especially with the Republican Party. The only way, white America as a whole, just got to call it what it is, but the only way they can really get their base to go hardcore after something is to make us the face of it. Got to make it look like the blacks are getting over. Now, it's the part where knowing math comes into play. You be like, wait a minute. How are you angry about something that benefits primarily you and your women? I'll tell you why. They're angry because their women are rebelling against them. Hey, look, their women like, having all these white babies and, playing second fiddle. Nah, we kind of done with all that. So they're trying to get their women back in check. They finna hurt white women more than anything. This is called what it is. And white LGBTQ people. Black folks are going to be just fine. A small percentage of the bootlegs that's going to lose them jobs. Well, I hate to break it to you, Giblet. It's going to be hard times for you, okay? And look, only thing I can tell you is you better make sure you didn't do anything illegal because, boy, they're going to get you first, okay? I mean, that's the theme of tonight's broadcast. They're going to get you first. And I'm going to turn in the other direction when they come for you, too, because I don't have to help them get you, but I damn sure don't have to save you. So that being said, I want to warn you all about something, though, because you know me. I like to try to present you with information about things ahead of time, keep your power tools on deck, okay? Especially my sisters, okay? This pertains to you, so this will be the time. If you haven't already shared the broadcast, you're going to want to do so tonight. I want you to listen to what a lot of these white supremacists are trying to do here and be prepared for this in advance, because never mind math and numbers, you know, the 3-2 Tony types, they don't care about those numbers. Get them damn things out of here. I can't read, write, or count. I don't care about that. I want you all to pay attention to what these 3-2 Tonys are getting ready to do. I'm going to play this, and I want you to pay close attention.
This is really terrifying. A website has been spreading right now among right-wing circles called DEI Watch List. And on it, and I'm just going to show you the top right here, because below it, it has photographs of mostly black women who are supposedly, you know, the worst offenders in DEI. You know, to me, it seems like, you know, dare I say, hitless. And I sort of saw this coming, this increase in hate. But the fact that this is being spread openly right now, and just such a vile description, let me read it to you. The watch list is focused on exposing the unelected career staff driving the radical diversity, equity, inclusion initiatives within the federal government. So these are federal government employees that they have on a watch list now. The real power often lies with behind-the-scene bureaucrats who push divisive DEI agendas that undermine merit, fairness, and accountability. By uncovering these hidden influencers and their failures, we aim to restore integrity. This is literally insane. I am hoping that people will protect those who are on this list, because they are in danger, and I'm just disgusted by this. Now, I did some digging. The URL is first archived by the Internet Archive on January, I believe, 22nd or 23rd. And then the domain itself was registered, I think, December 23rd. So people have been planning this since Christmas.
Okay, so did everybody hear him clearly there? Did you hear everything that he said? And see, look, let me go ahead and point this out. Regardless of how crazy and goofy that he looks, I checked on that. That's legitimate information. I expected as much, but this is the thing that I like to do, okay? Especially when I find something like I just showed you there. Unfortunately, I know not most of you over here, but unfortunately in Black America, a lot of times when we try to warn our people about something ahead of time, it's not good enough if it's coming from a black person. You got to hear a white person say it, okay? Not those of you in my chat room, but a lot of times that's the way it is in society. You heard him saying that. You could tell just by the fear in his eyes that he was really concerned about it. And I'll say this, if you're going to call yourself a white ally, well, that's one thing you need to be doing. You see your white supremacists, you know, your fellow clan members out there got something going on and you against that, hey, put it out here. Let people know. Now, it should go without saying to black folks that you should be ready to protect yourself and your family, okay? Let me underscore this, okay? Because I hope that the younger brothers are listening. Those of you younger brothers that have your own families, understand this. In a system of white supremacy, anytime the greater majority of white society feels like they're up, because you know what the main thing you hear all the white people saying, we're back, America is back. And you know by America, they mean just them. They get a little bold, okay? Now, I'm going to tell you like this. I'm not worried about who's in office. I have one rule, no matter who's in office, no matter what they call themselves doing, which president, whatever. You mess with me and mine, you're going to have problems, all right? Now, you do whatever you want to do, rock whatever hat you want to wear, say whatever slogan you want to say. Don't bring no foolishness to my doorstep. And I think everybody in this chat room is in agreement on that, all right? So now I want to read you something real quick, family. And give me just a second here. I'm going to check on something real quick. I'm going to read this on your screen. I want y'all to take a look at this. You might want to screenshot this. Hold on just a second. All right. So now, family, we got to start by looking at a couple of things that the orange man has got going on here, okay? Now, can everybody see this clearly, first and foremost? I want everybody to be able to see this clearly enough I know some people might have to put their reading glasses on, but can everybody see what's on the screen loud, bright and clear, okay? Bright and clear. And can you hear me loud and clear as well? The audio still coming through okay. We finna get the cooking now. We finna get rolling, all right? So make sure everybody can see everything okay. Make sure everybody can hear everything okay, all right? Let me know in the chat room. Confirm one more time, please, ladies and gentlemen. Hey, everybody's saying yes. All right. Good deal. I'm seeing 2 people saying yes. Any more people? Can everybody see and hear everything? Okay. Let me get the cooking. All right. All right, family. So let's go ahead and read this. This is from Truth Social. It's not a tweet, you know what I'm saying? Because Donald Trump has his own social media site, in case you're not aware of that, called Truth Social. And he put over there, he said, exciting news. Due to my executive order, the many that he's been signing, he trying to match that picture that I show y'all with Joe Biden had those stack of executive orders there, none of them for us. He been trying to catch him, okay? In his first week, he been trying to catch him. He says, due to my executive order, which I proudly signed yesterday, the NCAA has officially changed their policy of allowing men and women's sports. It is now banned. Good. This is a great day for women and girls across our country. Men should have never been allowed to compete against women in the first place, but I am proud to be the president to save women's sports. We expect the Olympics Committee to also use common sense and implement this policy, which is very popular amongst the American people and the entire world. Now, here's the part where I always tell people that when it comes to handling business and politics, Black people have to move past, I like somebody, I don't like them. Nobody gives a fuck who you like or don't like. The rest of the world and business definitely does not operate off of who somebody like or don't like. You operate off of what's going to bring in the highest bottom line and what's going to be good for business long term. Now, when it comes to policies, I don't have to completely agree with somebody, and I damn sure don't factor in who I like or don't like. I factor in, okay, what are you going to be able to do that's going to benefit me and our people, okay? And this is an added benefit. It's a residual one, but this is good across the board for Americans as a whole. I'm with him on that. I've never agreed with them being able, by them, that the confused community, we'll call it that way. I got to say it what it is. I've never agreed with them being able to compete against women. Okay, look, I'm not the kind of guy, if I tune into a women's boxing match, some clown, a guy that could make it amongst fighting men, decide to go and put on a fucking wig and jump in a ring and fight a woman, and now you win that way. That's the most cowardly shit ever. And see, let me go ahead and say this about that. When they started doing that crap, thanks to Obama and Biden, because they were the ones that helped usher a lot of that bullshit in, got to call it what it is. I was always of the mindset of this, family. I always said, okay, well, why don't they form a league of just them, the men that, want to dress up like women? Why don't they form a league of them and, hey, just have at it? I mean, look, let me ask my chat room. Don't y'all think that that's what they should do? Okay, why not? Because I'm like this, you can't control what they're going to do or what they choose to be or whatever. Because it is a choice. But doesn't that sound fair, family? If they really want to do that bad, why don't they form a league of men with wigs, okay? And all the men with wigs get together and whatever sport it is, compete your heart out against each other, okay? Doesn't that sound fair? But see, they don't want that. Look, because I've heard a lot of them say, oh, no, I'm a woman. I'm like, oh, no, bro. Get your own men with wigs league and do what you do. Same thing with the bathroom situation. Okay, you just got to have a bathroom. Okay, this is the bathroom for the men with wigs. All right, you go over there and do what you got to do. Oh, and they big mad, too, about another policy. All that, okay, you want to be a man with a wig so you can jump to the women's prison. There's been all kinds of assaults and everything going on. Then some of the women end up pregnant. Or even to cut that shit out, back to the men's prison that you go. Okay, and you can pretend to be whatever you want in your head. You can pretend to be a unicorn, a donkey, a toaster of it, but you're going back to the men's prison. About fucking time. You goddamn right. I'm all for that. I'm all for it. I hope he gets some real stringent policies going hard in the paint. Also, about protecting our babies in these schools from these degenerates. Okay? I'm gonna tell you right now, I don't care who defend. I ain't with that men in wigs or whatever, all these confused degenerates want to run and read the children. For what? No, man. No, look, if you're gonna do that, put regular clothes on and come in there and just read to the kids. And they shouldn't have to know nothing about how you identify, what you got going on in the bedroom, none of that. And that, look, leave that outside the classroom. The only possible way that I could give that a pass would be if you are a college professor or whatever. All right, you know what I'm saying? These are grown kids at this point. But the little babies, hands off the babies, fuck you and everything you stand for if you got a problem with that, okay? So the orange man is shaking some tables here with these policies, and I love it. Get this deranged foolishness out of here. Look, I'm going to enjoy these 4 years if he hold the line on this and don't back down because, look, what I'm hoping that he does, because I'm going to make another point here. What I'm hoping that he does is a lot of this stuff that he's undoing, especially if they can maintain a Republican majority, it needs to be made permanently illegal so we never see another time in this country where this foolishness happens again. It needs to be made law because, let's be clear, executive orders aren't laws, okay? And see, this part is important to remember when it comes to politics. Just like he came in and undid the executive orders that Biden did, the next president can come in and do the same with him. So he needs to be going hard in the paint to make some of these things laws. Now, here's something that I want to point out that is potentially good for foundational Black American freedmen. I know we were mentioned nowhere in this, but let me point something out to you. Family, pay attention to the tone and the tenor that Trump was using in this message here. Notice that he said, I'm proud to be the president to save women's sports. See, with him, he wants to go down in the history as the best, the greatest ever. He has an ego. Now, if it comes to us getting the right and most qualified representatives on the Black grassroots to be able to have an audience with him and his administration, a lot of us have said it. And shout out to my good brother, Greg Marcel Dixon. We can get some lineage-based policies. It might not be reparations, but we can get some lineage-based policies from this administration. We had the right people speaking, not a Byron Donalds, who's a tether, by the way, not a Larry Elder, none of these bootlicking flunkies. Because look, I have not seen a Black man in the Republican Party that fits the criteria of being intelligent enough without bootlicking and sambo shining in front of this man to talk for us. Okay, it's got to come from the Black grassroots, and a lot of us are working on that. Trust me, we're gonna be trying to get that accomplished because again, this ain't about who you like or don't like. We're trying to get some things done for our people. All right. So if we can get the right people to sit down and talk to them, hey, that's what we're going to do. This is business. It's time to handle business. Okay. So now let me say this to you. When it comes to everything I just said, I'm going to say this. Depending on, how we can present information to him, and the more understanding that most of the white people start to see that, look, when we say reparations, we ain't talking about all these folks over here that's not about lineage. We're talking about our lineage, foundational Black American freedmen. I think that a lot of them, especially now that these findings have come out with the Doge Department here, I think a lot of them would say, well, you know what? Instead of wasting this money overseas here, we should give this to foundational Black American freedmen. Number one, we're tired of these Black folks always talking about reparations, so we can go ahead and pay it and use that money that we was wasting overseas to give to them because that's our reparations money. I'm going to go say it loud and proud. It will stay here in America. We could build up America. And if we really want to make America great again, like they keep saying, let's move that out the way. Because see, look, once they go ahead and do that, whoever you are in the community, you wouldn't have no excuse then. You want to piss your money away if we get reparations, that's on you. But, hey, you can't come back asking for nothing else now. Because at that point, you wasted your opportunity. It is what it is. All right. So, look, that's something we're going to be working on because we can have this discussion. We can break down these numbers. And look, the money would be better well spent using it for that. OK. And I mean, look, family, some of these numbers that I put on, look, if you're over there on Patreon, you saw the report with just a fraction of what I put out. See, that's the thing why I be telling people, if you're on my Patreon, you're getting a lot of good information that most people really don't know where to find and won't put out. So look, if you check it out over there, that's just a fraction of it. I'm going to be breaking down more of the numbers coming up real soon here in the next coming days, so be looking out for that. But as far as tonight, let's roll right along and look at some more of these policies that the Orange Man got going. I want y'all to check this out, family. Now, you see the Orange Man and his goofy Afrikaner pal over here looking like a ridiculous ghost monster out Pac-Man. Boy, that's a weird looking motherfucker, Elon Musk, isn't he? He like you know what he look like? Elon Musk look like an albino tadpole, okay? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. An albino tadpole and a tangerine tadpole. They got this kind of tadpole look going on. They weird looking motherfuckers. I don't care about how they look. All I care about is what you get done. Now, let me go ahead and say this at the onset here. Let me talk to you white folks in case you're listening over here. Y'all got Vivek Ramaswamy out the paint. Good, okay? You gave him his his curry chicken tandoori wake-up call. He got it, all right, with his Gumby head looking ass. He was coming at black folks. Y'all let him slide with that. But as soon as he started getting jazzed at the mouth with the white folks, they was like, all right there, buddy. All right, buddy. We let you be a little mascot for a little while. Then y'all had to go ahead and give him his walking papers. You better do the same thing with Elon Musk, and I'm going to tell you why. Because I listen to white supremacists. I know you're listening. Let me tell you why you better get him out of here. He is not one of you, and I know you know this, okay? I see y'all chuckling in the chat over there. Yeah, they do look weird. Come on now. These some weird looking motherfuckers right here, boy. And look, shame on you white women for laying up with either one of them, because this go to show you that some women will do anything for money. Boy, that's a whole nother broadcast for another day, but I digress. Family, I'm talking to these white supremacists. They better get Elon out of here because that boy is not smart. Okay, let's just get that out the way. Shout out to Professor Black Truth. You know, he calls him Phony Stark, and I agree, okay, because he's not smart. It's the people that work for him that actually have the ideas. Look, watch this. Let me go ahead and just put it out here right now. How many of you think that if all of his employees quit tomorrow, Elon Musk could be somewhere in a lab or a factory coming up with his own blueprints, designing things on his own? I'm talking about by himself now. Look, I'm going to tell you how I know I'm right about that. If he was so smart, see, here's the kicker. This is how you shut people down that try to prop up Phony Stark. If he was so smart and he had all these great ideas, why didn't he get that popping over there in South Africa? Oh, yeah. See, look, when we talk about the tethers, I include that son of a bitch, too. He's a tether. He's an illegal alien, too, by the way. He overstayed his visa, all right? His student visa, he overstayed that after he dropped out, all right? So, look, y'all know I did a broadcast on that. I don't need to rehash it, but that's the truth of the matter. So, he's not really that bright. He's just a white supremacist. And you know, y'all white folks, y'all love any anti-black person. But see, it's going to come back to bite you with Elon because he doesn't understand the system of American white supremacy. He's going to fuck up, and I'm going to tell you why. He going to do too much. He jumped up there doing Nazi salutes. If I was Trump, I would have cut his ass as soon as he did that, okay? Even if he did agree with it, I'd be like, hey, boy, you're doing too much. Because see, you're going to fuck around, and instead of gaining new voters to the Republican Party, you're going to alienate people. I'm telling you, white folks, that anti-black racism and shit, you better put that shit up. If you really want to make America great again, you better stop that shit. Elon's ass need to get the fuck on. And I think they're going to get rid of him eventually because he's going to end up doing too much, and they're going to have to get his ass up out of there or at least put him in the background. Now, like I said, I do agree with them finding all these funds going all over the place, left, right, and center. In fact, the business, so that you all will have the tool that I've long put y'all up on so that you can track some of this stuff as well. I know what I'm going to put in the chat room, right? I'll put this tool in here, foreignassistance.gov, so that you can keep up with a lot of this in real time, okay? Make sure you bookmark that website, because I try to make sure you can follow the money over here. You know, that's what we all about, getting down to business and following the money. But y'all better get rid of him. He's doing too much, and you better make sure that none of them get that close to government. Because look, I'm going to say something else that's going to piss people off tonight. And I'm gonna double down on it as the broadcast goes on, because we got a lot of ground to cover. I don't want any, and this is going to sting, but I got to say it. I don't want any illegal alien / refugee / naturalized citizen / immigrant, whatever you call them. I don't want you nowhere near the government. I don't. And I'm going to tell you why. Because you fled from your country. You don't know nothing about how America works. You're not loyal to America. And I know y'all like, oh my God, GBS, how can you say that? You know, when I make a statement like that, I can back up my reasoning behind it, whether you agree or disagree. I think y'all gonna probably fall more on my side of the fence when I show you what I got to show you here coming up later tonight. So that's my permanent stance on it. I'm tired of that. Nah, they need to get the fuck out the way. That's how this country got fucked up in the first place. A lot of it is their fault, the ones that have government power, okay? They look, it need to be some laws where you don't really get to get into the Congress and the Senate and all of that. Look, I mean, look, at best, and I'm being lenient when I say this, mayor, something like that. I ain't really for that either. You definitely shouldn't be able to be no governor or nothing like that. Oh yeah, I'm going there with it. And I'm gonna prove why I'm saying that here. So we're gonna get started analyzing some things with this USAID here. I want y'all to check out these reports here. Let's get started.
Has every past president for the last 20 years known about this corruption with USAID and just chose not to do anything about it?
Well, most of them are on the take. Joe Biden was the head of the Relations Committee, which directly oversees USAID. USAID was funding Burisma. USAID gave money to Burisma and had a formal partnership agreement with Burisma. Barack Obama's mother worked for USAID. The Bush family runs right through it. Bush's, Vice President Dick Cheney, Liz Cheney worked for USAID. They're all in on it. And this is the reason that the Trump revolution was so revolutionary, is because it defeated both sides of the USAID snake. And now we're going to see just exactly how the snake bites back when it's cornered.
President, why is it important for Elon Musk to have access to the payment systems at Treasury?
Well, he's got access only to letting people go that he thinks are no good.
Okay, so now you heard that first little part right here, and I'm gonna pause it before I play the rest of this report here, that where Donald Trump was speaking on this whole USAID thing and Doge Department. Now, let me underscore again in case people just coming in. I said at the beginning of the broadcast, in case you're just joining us, I know that everything that they come out with is going to be, look, the Democrats. You got to be twice fool to take the B one if you think only Democrats had their hands in the cookie jar. You think the Republicans were up there getting some of that money too? You know what I'm saying? So see, this is the time where I'm going to tell you what Trump is doing. All of his Republican Party enemies, he using this over their head like, look, you know, we don't went through these books and find out who doing what and who had their hand in what cookie jar. Now, if you're a Republican and you did this and you against me, now's the time for you to be quiet and stay out my way, or unless you want me to put your name over here with Democrats and politically ruin you, okay? I want y'all to understand how the game is being played, all right? Now, regardless of that, I'm glad the information is coming out. Like I said, I just want to make it clear that people don't think that I'm one of these people that's like, oh my God, it's just the Democrats. You crazy if you think that. They all do the same shit up there. And most of the bootlicking flunkies, the reason why they have such an attitude towards black society, the bootleg politicians, they was doing, they allowed them to do it so that if anything goes wrong, they can point at their stupid ass, and they hadn't figured that out yet. They actually think they're in the in crowd. They think they're better than black people. This is why they deal with us the way they do. So I just wanted to double down on that and reiterate what I'm saying. But I want y'all to listen to what the Orange Man is about to say about all these findings coming up right here. Let's let him talk.
If we agree with him, and it's only if we agree with him. He's a very talented guy from the standpoint of management and costs. And we put him in charge of seeing what he can do with certain groups and certain numbers. Some of the numbers are horrible, what he's found. Think of it, $100 million on condoms to Hamas. Condoms to Hamas. And many other things that are frankly even more ridiculous. And they're finding tremendous waste, really waste, more than anything else, I think you could say. Probably fraud and abuse could be added to it, the more standard waste, fraud, and abuse. But they're finding tremendous amounts of really bad things, bad spending. You've been writing about some of it, and some of the things that they've been doing is just terrible. Elon can't do and won't do anything without our approval, and we'll give him the approval where appropriate. Where not appropriate, we won't. But he reports in, and he It's something that he feels very strongly about, and I'm impressed because running, obviously, a big company has nothing to do. If there's a conflict, that we won't let him get near it. But he does have a good natural instinct. He's got a team of very talented people. We're trying to shrink government, and he can probably shrink it as well as anybody else, if not better. Where we think there's a conflict or there's a problem, we won't let him go near it. But he has some very good ideas, and we have a lot of very other talented people also. We're bringing in the most talented people in the world.
But let me.
Okay, so you heard the Orange Man. Oh boy, did you hear him, boy? Look, he got a lot of these folks shaking in their boots, especially the bootlicking Democrat politicians. Okay, the bootlicking Sambo class, all right, that's had their hand in all these cookie jars. Oh boy, you finna see them protesting and crying, and I'm gonna prove the protesting and crying that they finna be doing because they already getting started. Oh boy, Jasmine Crocker bullshit and all her flunkies, Ayanna Pressley, all of them, oh boy, they out there front and center. And see, look, I'm gonna be honest with you, family. In a way, they need to get what they deserve, but I will go on record and say this: it's a damn shame. It's a damn shame, and I'm probably going to be one of the only people that's going to call this the way it need to be called. It is a damn shame that a lot of them, unfortunately, are going to be a lot of these black women in these political positions. You see Maxine Waters back there who needs to retire and go home to her grandkids, by the way. That woman ain't getting nothing done for black people. She just up there. You're a damn mascot at this point. Yes, I said it, okay? Damn it. I hate to see sisters going to have to learn this lesson the hard way. Because look, here's the thing, man. The one thing I try to do when I address my people as a whole, I try to give you the facts on things without sugarcoating it, even if you don't like what I'm saying. All right. And unfortunately, there's a segment of women in our society there. They think they're so much smarter than everybody else. Okay. Particularly black men. And they think that the minute that them folks give them a position or they get them little degrees, oh boy, you can't tell me nothing. I'm above my people. I'm not of my people. That's what they think. A lot of them, mark my words, I'm saying it here first, a lot of them probably finna get prosecuted, man. I'm telling you, loudmouth here, that's at this press conference, I'm telling you, man, all that little sassy mouth and all that shit, look, keep playing. You forgot that you're in the government or surrounded by them. You don't have any real power. You really don't. She can't do nothing but run her mouth, and they like to put her and others like her out front to be the mouthpieces so that they can be like, see, look, it was them. That's what they haven't figured out yet. See, this is the thing that really just irks me about the black women that this applies to. I'm speaking specifically here. If you got all this intelligence and you so educated and all this, you can't see a pattern. Pattern recognition is the mark of anybody that has advanced intelligence. Like they just swear us up and down. They just so much smarter than everybody, especially the boule class, okay? How do you not recognize patterns? Year after year after year after year after year, you see the same thing over and over. They put y'all out there, get you riled up. They have you leading the charge. Think about it. Here's something I want to say to these women, even if I'm pissing you off, because some of you might be listening, okay? Or you may find this broadcast and play it back. Be mad at me all you want to. I don't give a damn about that. But you better think about what I'm saying. Black women in these government jobs and in these political positions, when a white woman isn't fighting you to do something, I'm going here. When a white woman isn't fighting you to do something, don't you think that there's a reason behind that? Think about it. That is your natural enemy, whether you know it or not. I don't care what colleges you went to together, who you rubbed up elbows with. Some of you probably sleeping with the same man. Listen, let me tell you something. You really think that they gonna sit here and allow you to do something ahead of them if they're not fighting you to be the spokeswomen for these types of things? What should that tell your stupid ass? That tell you there's a reason for that. They ain't competing with you. You really think that, I'm up here because I'm the most qualified to speak. That's the thing they don't get, family. I'm going to play a good portion of this before I give commentary on it. And y'all going to see where I'm going with this. The boy, I'm mark my words. I'm going to say it yet again. A lot of these people up here running their mouths, they're going to be the first ones they come after because I know their name is going to come up in a lot of these findings that's coming out. Let's let it continue.
Tell y'all something. I know some of y'all have been frustrated and you've been saying, where are the Democrats? Where are our leaders? Well, I'm here to tell you that we ain't never left y'all. All right? We are here. We are also going to make sure that they uphold the law. We are not going to sit around while you go ahead and desecrate our Constitution, or you look at the laws that have been passed into law and say, never mind, we'll just ignore that. Instead, we are going to be in your face, we are going to be on your asses, and we are going to make sure, you understand what democracy looks like. This ain't it. So let me tell you something, Mr. Trump. You gonna learn a few lessons from us.
Now, let me pause this right here. Y'all kind of see where I'm going. Let me talk to my sisters out here in Black America, okay? Especially my lineage, all right? And if you're a non-FBA sister and you on code with us, please listen to what I'm about to tell you. One of the things I try to do with my platform, if I address any issue, whether it's regarding Black men or Black women, I try to do so from a standpoint to really make you think, all right? Let me talk to my sisters for a minute. Don't ever do this right here, what Jasmine Crockett is doing. I've said it for many years. Your mouth is not power, okay? You better know when to close your mouth, because Trump is the sitting president of the United States of America. That's what he is, whether you like it or not. That's the facts, all right? And I want young Black men to pay attention to the words coming out of my mouth, because if you're going to be the head of a household, a husband, or even a boyfriend, whatever the case may be, if you're going to be the head in that relationship, you're going to have to sit your women down and tell them this from time to time. If you have this type of woman that you're dating, Lord knows, I hope you're not, but some of you are, okay? Women, don't go and challenge people that are in power positions above you aggressively like that, because Trump could make her life a living hell. Especially if her name come up with all this stuff. Look, let me tell you something about the Orange Man. He's very vindictive. Remember on this same channel here, right here, this same channel that a lot of you subscribe to. You remember when I broke down what happened behind that Trump assassination attempt, those first couple? And remember how I showed you that Jasmine Crockett was one of the people calling for him not to have the security that he needed coming up to that like a month prior? You think he forgot about that? And this silly motherfucker is sitting over there talking about, Mr. Trump, you gonna learn a thing or two from us. What the fuck can you do to the sitting president of the United States? And see, furthermore, in case y'all don't like what I just said, some of the Democrat mammies, let me further make it plain to you, okay? Because I like to make it plain to my audience. Do you really think white women gonna back up when he started coming for her? The Democrats now, I'm talking about our own party. You really think they're gonna back up? How many of y'all think that they're gonna back Jasmine Crockett up when them folks start coming for her? Some of them will help turn on her to get her ass out the way. Now, does that sound like reality? You better think about them white women that you work with on your job. It's the same thing across the board. No matter, look, sisters, no matter where you go, how high up the ladder you get in any type of profession, political position, white women gonna be the same towards you no matter where you go, okay? You don't have no friends amongst them. Very few of them that you can count on one hand. You can say, okay, she all right with me. You better watch them, because under the right pressure, they will turn on you. They got her silly ass out here basically threatening him. See, I'm gonna be honest with you, man, and I'm gonna say it like this. I don't care who I piss off in this chat room. I do not like a woman that's got all that mouth and you can't tell her when to shut the fuck up, or she don't know when to shut the fuck up. I shouldn't have to tell her. Let me go there. You shouldn't have to tell them when to be quiet. You should have sense enough to know, okay, wait a minute, this is something I shouldn't be saying. You don't have no power to do nothing if he starts politically retaliating against you. If your name is on some of these documents coming out where you've been getting a little bit of money going, you know you should shut the fuck up and be quiet, okay? If you're gonna fight back, see, let me talk to you for a minute, because I want women to understand where I'm coming from. Power isn't you broadcasting what you gonna do. Power is silent. Some of the most powerful people on the planet are people you don't even know who they are. And they pay good money so you don't know who they are. Let me tell you something, man. The smart white people, they don't want to be on the fucking Forbes list. We're gonna talk real here tonight. Do you hear me? Only the stupid ones want everybody to see what they're worth and all of that. The smart ones are people that you be like, oh shit, I didn't know he was sitting on X amount billions of dollars. Because power moves in silence. So when it pertains to black women, if you really got all this power, you trying to make a power play, let Becky get up there and do the speaking. 92%, because we talking to them. 92%, then you say you was going to sit back? Well, then that should include this. Let Becky be the one to take the slings and arrows. But see, it goes back to what I was saying about pattern recognition. They don't understand that if Becky ain't fighting you to be in the lead, that means it's for a reason. What I always tell y'all about being extra celebratory about being the first black this, the first black that, that means that a white person don't want that position and they all in support of you getting it. You are the sit up and the fall flunky. You better understand what I'm telling you. I'm telling you what I know, not what I think, okay? And it's a shame that so many of them, it's kind of like, let me tell you what I see when I see Jasmine Crockett and the rest of them doing this. I'm going to let it play in a minute. Y'all going to be able to judge for yourself whether you agree or disagree with it. What I see when they keep doing that is kind of like people pick, that kind of play the cruel joke on the special needs kid and tell them that they doing what everybody else is doing. They give them the little participation trophy. That's what I see. They got them up here making fools of themselves, because I want you to remember this footage. In the next couple months, when these indictments and prosecutions start coming, if her little ass is sitting up there on there, you know she done, man. And it's sad, man, because, like, damn it, you'll sit up here and fight so hard for other people, but you won't fight for black people like that. She don't. None of them do. And see, that's the thing, man. I wish I could come to your defense, but if you're not putting it on the line for black people, I don't know you. You ain't my people. You over there with them folks. That's my stance on it. I'm not going to look. Y'all can do what you want them. Some of you might show them compassion. I refuse. Nope. I'm drawing a hard line in the sand. You ain't doing nothing for black people. When the folks come for you, I don't owe you any support at all. So I just wanted to point that out to my sisters, man. Please take that to heart. You don't agree with nothing else I say on this channel. Black women, control your goddamn mouth when you don't have any fucking power. Look, the only way you come out and talk like that against somebody, you got to have something on there where you like, yeah, I'm black and I got a big mouth, but you don't want me to drop this on you. If you don't have any ace in the hole like that, and it's very rare that a black person will in a system of white supremacy, because them folks can just band together and say, yeah, we see that Trump card, nigga, but he's still white. Or she's still white. We don't care what you got. Unless you got something set up like that, don't get out here talking like this. Because, see, you putting a bullseye right in the middle of your damn forehead. You understand? I just don't, look, I don't like to see how women being made fools of, but see, the problem today with some like her, Jasmine Crockett and Ayanna Pressley, you can't tell they hard-headed ass nothing. Your best friends and allies are going to be black men. And sometimes when we trying to talk to you and warn you, you don't fucking listen. And then when you get a foot put up your ass, oh my God, look what they doing to me. Like, hey, we tried to tell your ass. Nobody, you wouldn't listen to nobody. Like old folks say, you don't want to hear nobody. Like they say down here in the South. Huh? So I'm going to let this continue on further and see, mark my words, the main ones of them that's up here doing all that talking, they're nervous because I'm telling you, their names is going to come up in something and there's going to be some indictments coming at them. To see all these people that was talking crazy towards Trump when they was trying to practice that lawfare on him, he finna get all of them, man. He going to use all 4 years to come at him. I'm telling you. Look, why you think Joe Biden didn't pardon any black people, huh? You notice that? He didn't pardon no black people that I know of. Did y'all hear about him pardoning black? He pardoned Dr. Fauci. You know why he pardoned his punk ass. I can't even go into detail about it on YouTube, but you know why. He pardoned all of his family. Oh, but just pardon left and right. When none of these lawyer niggers that was up there out there swinging for him, he didn't get him no pardons, huh? Isn't that ironic? Oh, but we don't know nothing, though. We just regular black folks over here, especially a black man. I wouldn't know nothing about that, okay? But anyway, we going to see, though, because one thing about it, time is a great revealer, and you can get to listen the easy way or the hard way. There's a lot of them going to get to listen the hard way. Let's let it continue.
And I'm going to be the first one. You and your little Twitter. Y'all about to find out, all right?
First of all, happy Black History Month, which is American history. There's a song back there that says Doge actually means dangerous oligarchs grab everything. Well, ain't that the truth? I am so tired of these billionaire boys and their grubby little hands grabbing at everything. Hands off our bodies, hands off our data, hands off our tax refunds, hands off our social security checks, hands off our constitution, hands off our democracy, hands off.
Now, family, oh, she's passionate about what she's saying, isn't she? Oh, you hear all that passion in her voice. Hands off this, hands off that. Where was this energy for black folks when we needed you? Well, I ain't talking about George Floyd because they knew that was a political opportunity. You notice that Breonna Taylor didn't get that same type of attention? Huh? What about Sonia Massey? I ain't heard none of them mention her name. This sister was in her home and she was shot in the face by that demonic, murderous white supremacist. You didn't hear them speak out for the brother Jordan Neely that was choked to death by that demonic coward Daniel Penny that most of white America holds up as a hero. Where was these bitches then, huh? Yeah, I'm saying it. Where were these raggedy bitches then? Why the fuck are you never front and center screaming and yelling like this for your own people? See, now you see why I say fuck them, man. I ain't putting the cape on for none of these motherfuckers, man. You ain't advocating for black folks and we need you. We can't find you. You won't say not a mumbling word when it comes to the things that affect our community. But you out here trying to rile everybody up. Because see, let me tell you who they're trying to talk to. They're talking to you in my audience. Yes, that's right. You in my audience. Black America, they want to get you riled up. Ooh, look at what they doing. Hell, we got to do this. I'm telling you right now, hey, be like, listen, I got to do what you did for us. I'm going to mind my black business. And you really ain't black. I got to tell them like Joe Biden said, well, if you don't know whether you're going to advocate for black America or not, then you ain't black. That's right. I'm remixing it. You ain't black. You ain't one of us. You rocking my uniform, but I don't know you. This little bullet head bitch sitting up here, I ain't never seen her go hard in the paint for nothing with black people, man. Just quiet. And that shit is an insult to me. I hope most of you listening to this broadcast tonight, you should be insulted when these people are sitting up here coming to you for your vote, but they won't never represent you when you need them. They don't stick up for us on nothing. And look at Maxine Waters' old ass. Let me get on this raggedy motherfucker. You've been up here in that office that long. What have you gotten accomplished for black people? Huh? What have you gotten accomplished? Look, that was it. Think about it, family. Let me just get specific with this. When that Asian hate crime bill was passed, because that's what it is. We read the document. It's Asian all through there, so it's an Asian hate crime bill. Why they weren't the loudest ones saying, hey, wait a minute. Now, according to the FBI crime statistics, we're the ones that are suffering from the most victims of hate crimes. If you're going to do this for the Asians, fine, no problem. But you're going to put black people in here with them. We're going to get the same protections. Did you hear any of these raggedy motherfuckers advocating for that? Oh, yeah. See, I told you I make it hard for people to argue with me. So fuck every one of these boule motherfuckers. That mean the men, too. All of them can go straight to hell. Let's let it continue.
As a proud member of the Committee on Oversight, I'm here for some real-time congressional oversight. And you are a beautiful sight to see, and you prove that the power of the people has always been greater than the people in power. That was true in Seneca Falls. That's right. That was true in Selma. That was true at Stonewall. Right. And it will be here true today. This is an unprecedented moment, a constitutional crisis, but we will match their energy.
Why the fuck don't this bitch talk like that about us getting our reparations? Huh? That's a constitutional crisis. See, this pisses me the fuck off, man. But see, she's sitting here trying to name drop historical events in Black America's history. Again, if you care so much about that, you should be the biggest advocate for reparations for Foundation of Black American Freedmen. You should be. Yes, I'm pissed off when I hear this type of rhetoric right here because you pandering to people and you sitting up here trying to rile people up, but you don't do nothing for us. Like I said, I can't wait till the people come for your ass. I can't. I hope they heard, because I know it's coming. Mark my words, next few months. It ain't going to take long. It ain't going to be no years down the line towards the end of his administration. Nope. He going to come after their asses first. I'm telling you, all these goofballs that was sitting up here co-signing that bullshit that they let white people use to go after him, he got something special for their ass. If they were smart, they would have left the country when he won the election. But nope. They hard-headed. They really think they got some white friends. Well, 92%, got news for you. You finna learn how many white friends you really don't have. That's what you finna learn. And you gonna learn that when you don't advocate for Black America, we don't go to bat for you when they come after your ass. I want y'all to listen where they're about to go, though. This is gonna be the funny part coming up to me. Oh, yeah. I want you to listen where they're about to go here with this. Let it continue.
With unprecedented organizing, mobilizing, agitating, we will see you in the courts, in Congress, in the streets. Elon Musk is a Nazi nutball baby. A godless, lawless billionaire.
Oh, you called him all these names, but where were you advocating for black folks when he was discriminating against them in his company? I don't remember you being on record saying anything about that. Somebody proved me wrong if she was. But see, you heard this little bullet head heifer talking about we gonna see you in the streets. Since when? Hold on, family. We got to look at this. When have you seen any of these boule motherfuckers up here with not an out of place hair on their head? When you seen these motherfuckers in the streets doing anything? I'm talking about when it count now. I ain't talking about when they got all their security with them and they marching around. When they come out there with the people. Because see, here's the thing. Anybody could shut me the fuck down if you could say, nah, GBS, you wrong, bruh. They was right out there without their security, neck and neck with the people. See, if any of them was really black grassroots, they would be out there when our people go out there and protest. They ain't there. They sitting back home on TV like, ooh, look at that. Then they'll be the main ones to come out there. Y'all need to just pray about it, y'all. We need to do better. This ain't the way. They'll be the main one trying to talk people down when it's time to turn up. Talking about we gonna be in some streets. Which streets are those? I ain't never seen them. Huh? Talk to me. Hold up. Let me ask the question. Have y'all seen them in the streets? Maybe some of y'all, maybe some of these people are in your districts. Have y'all seen these people in the streets? Talk to me. Do I need to be corrected, family? Because I can be corrected. I can be corrected. Where y'all seen them in the streets at? Talk to me about any significant issue. I'm looking at my chat room. I want to know. Correct me if I'm wrong. When have these loudmouth motherfuckers ever been in the streets for black people? When it count? Talk to me. I need to know. Because I can't find them. You know me, I cover things. We out here on the black grassroots, okay? We out here. I don't see these motherfuckers nowhere where we show up at to try to help black people. Look, let me go here. Never mind any of the horrible atrocities where our people have lost lives at the hands of these race soldiers. Did you see any one of these motherfuckers advocate for people to get relief when these hurricanes came down here and tore up Georgia and Florida? Huh? Where were they at then? Talk to me. I need to know. Maybe they was out here stumping hard and I just missed it somewhere. Looking at my chair room, I ain't see nobody advocating for me. Anybody? You free to speak over here? Anybody can correct me and tell me where they been front line, front and center. Like, man, you wrong, GBS. I seen them, boy. They came straight to our neighborhood. They was getting things done. Come on, talk to me. This is the time. Defend these motherfuckers if you can. I'm yet to see it. I'll be looking. Because most people saying they ain't seen nobody. So, you know, look, maybe somebody will come in the comments after this broadcast is over and let me know where you seen them at. Because I would love for you to try to defend them. But see, all this loudmouth talking they doing, one thing I got to point back out again, you don't hear them this passionate about us. When's the last time anybody ever heard them on any issue speak this passionately about getting something done for black people? Specifically for us. They put every other group ahead of us. So again, I'm telling you, when the folks come for them, man, they're not getting any sympathy from me. I want you to listen to the rest of where this is about to go, because they ain't done yet. Let's let it continue.
Who no one elected, Elon. This is the American people. This is not your trashy Cybertruck that you can just dismantle, pick apart, and sell the pieces of.
And let them know, especially the Republicans, that we will not take this. We will fight back. Fight back. and they be given full access to the Department of Treasury of the United States of America. We are at war. Right. Thank you.
Thank you.
We are going to fight it.
Now, you heard them last words come out of her mouth talking about we are at war, we gonna fight it. When you talk like that for black people, yeah, I'm putting the spotlight right there because, see, let me tell you something, man. The reason I have to talk to those of you in my audience that way, anybody listening, we have to talk to our people this way because, unfortunately, we some of the most compassionate people on the planet as a collective. And a lot of times, unless you have those of us out here that will get everybody's attention and say, wait a minute, when the last time you heard them stomping for us like that? A lot of times, man, you know, people like, well, you know, they still a brother, sister in the community. No, I keep telling y'all with me, and I don't tell nobody else what to do. But with me, the term brother or sister, that is a familiar term. And if I call you a brother or sister of mine, you got to act like family, okay? And they don't act like family towards us. Talking about getting out in the streets. I ain't never seen these motherfuckers out in those streets. Definitely not talking like that, advocating for black folks. Oh, but we know who they have been in the streets for. Oh, boy, they going hard in the paint trying to keep these damn illegal alien criminals over here in our country. Oh, they going hard in the paint for that. See, look, every one of y'all that see them out there, start taking your names, okay? In addition to paying attention to these findings that's coming out with this Doge department here and who got their hand in the cookie jar, because you know they're going to tell you who the niggers are. That's it coming. The niggers are going to get exposed. Take these names down and also add that to whoever's going out here caping for these illegal aliens. Hey, man, time to get them out of paint. Like, nope, you can't be in office no more. And see, we should set a standard going forward. If you one of these people that don't advocate for Black America and you put everybody ahead of us, we're going to make sure we do everything we can to not only get you out of office, but make sure you never get in any type of political office again. Like, oh, no, your name is Mud. Remember that stuff you pulled? And see, look, let me talk to my people for a minute. And I think younger people are going to be the ones to mostly gravitate to this. When you analyze a problem, okay, any problem you deal with in life, two things you really want to make sure that you get the mastery of. Identifying what caused the problem and making sure that you have the means, as much as it depends upon you, to make sure that the problem never happens again. Those are the two things you got to get in life, get the mastery of in life when it comes to dealing with problems. All right? Because the best way to solve a problem is to prevent it from happening in the first place. And that's why I'm saying we got to make sure not only do we get these people out of office, make sure their ass don't even get to be a dog catcher nowhere. You hear me? I don't want them to be the supervisor of shoveling shit off a sidewalk. That's how serious I am about it. Because they are fucking useless to Black America. Bunch of traitors and turncoats. You can't never get them around when it's time for us to get things done for us, okay? So that's where I am with it. So I ain't done yet. I want you to hear this little dainty bastard right here. Another one of them that's sitting up here trying to call black people to come to their rally because they know they're about to be in some serious trouble. See, it was just the beginning when they put it out there that, you know, what Al Sharpton and Boule Martin got. Oh, no, you know they weren't going to just let them be by themselves. And look, I wouldn't be surprised if Boule Martin and Sharpton told on some of their buddies. They go, trust me, they'll do anything to say they don't hide. But see, they all finna go down together, and I love it. Oh, my God, I love it. This is a wonderful, beautiful time to be a foundational Black American freedman in this country. Oh, it is, man, because see, now the chickens are coming home to roost. As our warrior scholar Malcolm has said, oh, they coming home to roost. So I'm going to let this play, and I want y'all to hear this jackass right here, man, because mark my words, they're going to all come running to us for help, the people that they don't give any help to. Just let this play.
Legislatively, we are going to fight it in the courts, and we're going to fight it in the street.
We can brag on Marco Rubio. I'd be happy to do it, but I'm going to tell you right now, people.
Now you heard him talking about fighting something in the courts and fighting something in the streets. Since when? Another one. Man, look, that boy looked like he wasn't allowed to step off his porch when he was a kid. He was probably a kid that couldn't step off the porch. He was probably a little punk-ass weasel in the neighborhood that was snitching on everybody, telling everything. They're like, man, whoop your ass, you come off the damn porch. You know what I'm saying? Look, he was probably a little kid that had to stay up on the teacher during recess because like, yeah, as soon as you leave, I'm going to get your ass. I'm trying to tell you, man, that's what he looked like, little old punk-ass weasel. But see, You know this wouldn't be complete without Van the Crime Man Jones with a word for us. I want y'all to listen to what old Van the Crime Man had to say here, because, boy, if it's one more of these little bootlicking flunkies that I can't stand, y'all know I really have a deep, venomous vitriol for this bullet head son of a bitch. Booker Beddington, by the way. Yes, that's right. He got the white wife. I can't stand his ass. You know why? Because the son of a bitch is always crying at the drop of a dime on TV, making black men look sheer, pew, punk ass weak, man. This dude don't have no shame. Listen, man, we're all human beings. Yes, there's things in life that as men we would shed tears for, but not the shit that he be crying about. As men, we shed tears when we lose loved ones, something happened to our children, close family members, something like that. And even then, depending on what the situation is, if everybody's looking to you to be the support being, you have to pick and choose your times when you do that. I know that a lot of people say it shouldn't be that way, but hell, that's what comes with territory as part of being a man, okay? You can't break down crying at the drop of a hat anytime life throws hardship, because you're the one that people gonna be looking towards to solve problems and fix things. Now, yeah, we take our little time by ourselves if we have to do that, but this embarrassing son of a bitch right here, oh my God, it's boo-hoo crying everywhere. Ladies, how many of y'all want a man like that? Because you know a lot of these women today say, oh, they want men to be in touch with our softer side and our feminine side and all this emotional intelligence. How many of you want a Van Jones? If he would leave his white wife tomorrow, how many of you want this big crying son of a bitch here? Now, he's got $100 million he come with. Okay, so that might be an incentive, but how many of you want a big crying fucker? Huh? Imagine a rat run across the floor in your home and this is your husband. Oh, God, it's a rat. Oh, honey, what are we going to do? He hiding behind you like a bitch. You know what I'm saying? That's what I see when I look at him. This is not my brother, okay? And just because he's rocking a uniform on my skin, this son of a bitch can't represent me as no man. That's embarrassing, man. But see, that's why they put his punk ass on TV, because they really want to promote this image of, if you ain't just outright dainty and sassy, then you weak as hell. No group of women respect a big bitch that's always crying every time something happens, man. How the fuck you gonna protect or lead anything in the community? You always got the waterworks going on. See, look, let me talk to you for a minute about this crime thing. Cause see, boy, I really wasn't gonna go here with him, but it's on my spirit. I got to do it. We going all the way in on this one. Let me talk to you about when it's appropriate to cry as a man, okay? There is one time outside of the reasonable things that I mentioned where it is appropriate to cry. Let me talk to you. There's a time where you never want to see it, particularly a black man crying. Case in point, somebody do something to your kids, your wife, your mother, your father. Okay, after those tears are shed, you know why you in trouble? Because that's the time right there when it's time to go to war and I don't have no more tears to shed. That means that once that last tear is shed, everything that you thought about my humanity has been turned off, because you've taken something from me. Now I'm going to have to take something from you. There's the time right there when you don't want to see no black man crying, okay? When it's time to go to war. But see, this big motherfucker right here, this big punk bitch, every time he cry, man, look, it's at their behest too, because I know they tell him to go out here, Van, we've got an issue coming up, buddy. Now, listen, we're gonna get you to get on TV and do some crying for us. I guarantee you, it's probably probably got a crying clause in his fucking contract with these people. I hate this motherfucker. Yes, I said hate. I can't stand anybody that's detrimental to the image of black men or black women. Just like I go hard at Glorilla and the rest of them, I go hard at his ass the same way. This motherfucker is absolutely useless. And if you're a black father raising black sons, you let them know that this is the poster child for weak punk bitch. You don't want your sons coming up like this, okay? I'm sorry, family. I had to get that off my chest. I want you to listen to this weak bastard, though. Listen to what he's about to say.
We're going to die in very large numbers around the world who are expecting the United States to live up to our promises, to get them medicine, to get them help. And when that happens, people are going to remember that. There are people right now who have HIV who are alive only because the United States is making sure of that. Donald Trump says, we don't care. You go die. That's the message from the United States government. It is the wrong message to be sending, and it opens up the door for China and other people say, at least we're a stable government who's not going to leave you out here to die. That's what this is not an abstract conversation.
I am
exceptionally upset about USAID.
Again, I asked the question that I've been asking all night. Van, when have you shown that compassion for black folks in specific, without mentioning other people? Let me talk to you, Van the Crime Man Jones, and anybody else has got this bleeding heart mentality because this USAID is being cut off. First of all, the greater majority of that is puppet bribe money, and a lot of these politicians are getting kickbacks from it. Let's just call it what it is, and I know that's going to come out in the next couple of months, even though they're just going to mostly aim that towards the Democrats, and a lot of bootlicking black flunkies that try to participate, they're going to get caught up. But see, Van the Crime Man Jones, first of all, take some of your $100 million and go help all these people that you're so concerned about. I bet you're not going to do that. Okay, because you know Jeff Bezos probably had to bend you over a couple of times over there, and probably had it. You might have been at the Diddy party. Jeff Bezos and Diddy probably was taking turns on you. They probably had all kinds of baby oil lubing your ass up. You know what I'm saying? I can just imagine what you did for $100 million. Think about that, family. Y'all have asked that question. Why did he give him $100 million? I don't pocket watch. I hate on no man, but I'm like, what was the reason? He just picked you. You don't really do anything that's spectacular or noteworthy. You don't. Definitely not for black folks. And see, by the way, let me expose something else about Van the Crime Man Jones. You can verify this for yourself. You hear how he talking about Trump. You know when Trump was in office the first term, his punk ass was running up to the White House trying to get money for his little organization. Yeah, he was. Oh yeah, a lot. Look, don't you let these bootlegs fool you. A lot of them, they was running up there to get money when Trump was up there. They sure were. Now, they hated him so much. Why was they out there running up there trying to get bread from people in his administration? Talking to him, too. Boy, it's some pictures I need to find of that. You know what? If I find them, I'm going to post them. Because, man, I really wish I would have saved them pictures. I had pictures of a lot of these motherfuckers. That's up here doing all this, oh, Trump is the devil, he's this, he's that. You was up there in his face grinning and kikiing trying to get bread from him. Wait till I find them pictures. I'm going to look extra hard to see if I can find them. But see, here's the thing, Van the Crime Man Jones, them other countries that our tax dollars was going to, it's their country's responsibility to keep their people alive, not ours. I don't care how harsh that sounds. Everybody under the sound of my voice, you know this. It's nothing wrong with helping other people, but you got to take care of home first. We got serious issues here. God damn it, Van the Crime Man Jones, you and the rest of them raggedy bitches that was up here going so hard in the paint about these issues. Where the fuck are y'all at about these homeless black people across this nation? You trying to tell me you shouldn't be? What? Look, correct me if I'm wrong. When have they advocated for the homeless black people across this country? Look at over there in Los Angeles, Skid Row. That's heartbreaking, man, to see most of our people over there. The black folks is all homeless up there in New York. Hell, right here in the city of Atlanta. It's not as bad as those places I just mentioned, but we got it. Anywhere in this country. Homeless people. Look, Americans, period. If you white and listening to this, okay? All these people that's wasting this money, man, they could look, you could take, I guarantee you by the time they finish coming out with all these numbers with these reports, you could take half of that money, probably even 25% of it, I'll even say, and solve the greater majority of the homeless problem in this country. They ain't advocating for that. So again, these other nations, that's their citizens. It's time to get off America's titty, okay? Yeah, well, it's time for our tax dollars to be used on things at home that we need taken care of. You don't kick money outside your house if you don't have it to kick out before you get your house in order. No, charity begins after you take care of your home, and then you be like, okay, this is what we got left over. We can help you here or there. Huh? That's how that's supposed to work if you're financially responsible and you taking care of home. So as a taxpaying American citizen, I'm glad they couldn't allow this waste. But see, now comes the portion of the broadcast, ladies and gentlemen, where, as I said earlier, while I'm not for any of these immigrants coming over here, these naturalized citizens like this little peanut head motherfucker right here, let me talk to you about this bitch. That's right. I'm being very disrespectful tonight because this is something that hits close to home to me. Damn it. For the brothers and sisters that are United States veterans, okay, where my fellow veterans at? For those of you that have went and sacrificed and put your life on the line for this country, some of you come from military families like I do, okay? Damn it, when you see these naturalized citizens come over here and have the nerve to say you an American citizen but you advocate for everybody except for Americans. Now, look, I'm not saying you can't do things for your people, but boy, I don't never hear you putting America's issues first. Every time this motherfucker right here, who, by the way, she came over here and divorced her first husband and jumped up and got her zaddy. So I want you to know this is a wench of Craftington, a Somali wench of Craftington, okay? This is let you know which side of the team she's on. So that let you know how she probably feel about black people, huh? But see, every time this bitch talk, she talking about something outside the country dealing with her people. Look, bitch, you say you came from a refugee camp. Maybe you need to go back to one. Maybe you need to go to Somalia and advocate for those people. Because when you over here and you're going to be in my government that my tax dollars pay for, you put Americans first. That's what you're supposed to do. And see, this is why I say, man, I don't care who don't like it. They need to be done in higher branches of government. That's got to stop. If the Republicans are smart, they need to get busy on that. They need to get busy on that, man. Because, I mean, I would. If it was me, I'd be like, new rule today. If your ass immigrated over here and you was a naturalized citizen, you ain't got no business up here in the higher echelons of government. No, you don't. At best, you can be in an advisory position, but as official position, hell no. Nah. Especially if you talking like this. Nah, man. Look, y'all probably wonder what I'm talking about. Check this out. I'm going to let this play and you tell me if this is somebody that you want representing the American government here. Let's check this out.
I lived in a refugee camp for 4 years as a child surviving civil war. It is the essential programs that USAID provided that kept my family and I fed and safe. It is the resources that so many people around the world rely on. And it is our soft power. Oftentimes, people interact with our country through the military. That does not create love for us, and it certainly does not keep us safe. When the world...
You heard this motherfucker, right? So let me go ahead and deal with this. Ilhan Omar, let me tell you whose job it is to keep your people safe in their country, okay? And all these other countries that are not the United States of America. You don't need to come to American citizens trying to wag the finger at us because we want this fucking USAID council and that money spent here at home. You need to go talk to the men of your country and ask them to get their shit together. Huh? I'm a citizen of the United States of America. That's who I'm a citizen. That's just the country that my ancestors built. I'm a citizen of this country. Other people's problem is not my responsibility, okay? It's not. Definitely not ahead of my own people. You need to get that straight with your men and your government. Now, since you feel so passionate about this, I'm going to say it again. People like you are in the wrong government. You need to go and get you a position over in Somalia. Because see, look, I'm just going to be honest with you. If it was up to me, I'll strip the bitch of a citizenship. I'm like, all right, you done got here one too many times, jumping up, advocating for other people than America. Cool. We made a mistake. Fine, we can fix that mistake because they can snatch that naturalized citizenship back. I would snatch that shit in a heartbeat. Escort this bitch. And look, I would put her ass on a deportation flight with the rest of these motherfucking illegal immigrants. You can go on out here with them. I'm tired of that bullshit. Hell no. And see, the reason why I'm signing this way, this is going to make the others mad. You damn right I'm talking like this because I don't give a fuck what white folks got going on. My ancestors built this bitch. And I'll be down if what they built, we going to sit here and just constantly let these foreigners, these damn tethers advocate for everybody except for us. Nah, I take that personal, man. I ain't with it, man. So like I said, I'm of the mindset, if your ass immigrate over here, you do not need to be in the higher forms of government. You just don't. Especially not the Congress, the Senate, none of that. No. Like I said, I kind of understand mayor here or there. If in the area in this country is predominantly your people, okay, I can understand you being mayor of that place. But as far as anything outside of that, no, hell no. I'm not with it, and I'm not going to change my position on that ever. I mean that. I am permanently locked down in that position. You need to be out of government talking like this. That shit is treasonous. I don't like it. And she said other slick shit, by the way, too, that I'm like, wait a minute. How you going to be a representative of this country talking like that? See, look, I'm going to tell you something. they better really start looking at a lot of these different people. Because see, this is America's weakness. Before I get to what you see on the screen, they better start looking at a lot of these foreign people that's in this government. We in a time period now where America is going to be under grave security threat due to all these illegal aliens Jim Crow Joe Biden let over here. And unfortunately, since white folks are stupid like that, they let a lot of them get in positions of government. Come on now. Look, let me show you something. This is going to segue right into what we're talking about as far as like national security. Now, a lot of people think that I don't criticize the orange man. I told you, I'm going to criticize him when I see him do something that needs to be critiqued. And we're going to critique him now. This is from True Social, okay? And I'm going to point out exactly why this is a national security threat that could affect all of us, all right? This is a very stupid thing to do here. Let's read this, family. Family, this is from True Social. We're going to read old orange man here. He says, the Gaza Strip will be turned over to the United States by Israel at the conclusion of fighting. The Palestinians, people like Chuck Schumer, would have already been resettled in far safer and more beautiful communities with new and modern homes in the region. They would actually have a chance to be happy, safe, and free. The U.S., working with great development teams from all over the world, would slowly and carefully begin the construction of what would become one of the greatest, most spectacular developments of its kind on Earth. No soldiers by the U.S. would be needed. Stability for the region would reign. Now, family, let me talk to y'all for a minute. You follow me on X, and if you're over there on my Patreon community tab group, you know I posted about this, right? Let me tell you why this isn't a smart thing to do. First of all, if you look at the situation with the people that are over there in the nation of Israel, okay, by the way, black people fought, Ralph Bunche and others fought for them to get recognized on the world stage, to go to show you how much work our people, Foundation of Black American Freedmen, have been putting in for people that don't appreciate us. Them people didn't have nowhere to go. Now, if you know your history on that, the Palestinians, most of that was their stuff. And they was advocating for them to like, hey, man, we see how you been done over here. Come on over here. We'll give you a place to be. Imagine you taking somebody into your home and then, you know, you feed them, you clean them up. They ain't have nowhere to go. They ragged as hell. You clean them up. And then they turn around and go down to the courthouse some kind of way and file some type of paperwork and get you kicked out your house. Or if they don't get you kicked out your house, they get some type of legal document where you got to live on the back porch or in the backyard somewhere. Now, I know I'm being facetious with this, but I want you to understand the position that the Palestinians are in. Where they got them pushed over to the Gaza Strip, air quotes, that's not where they were originally. Oh, yeah, we got to talk this talk tonight. They done push these people off their own land to the point they got them on a strip. Now, this is millions of people. You talking about displacing, they talking about, oh, we're going to send them to other Arab nations and all of that. And most of the Arab nations like, nah, we're not doing that. So now let me get to the part where this is a national security threat for all Americans. This is the part we need to pay attention to. Now, this is what I don't agree with Donald Trump on. This is very stupid. If he goes through with this, I've shown y'all where he's talking about putting U.S. boots on the ground. That will be one of the worst mistakes. Mark my words. And see, this is why, even though I'm retired out of the military, I do not advocate for young black men and women to go into it till they pay us our reparations, get an anti-black hate crime bill, and for things like this, okay? You better understand, if you put American boots on the ground in that situation, yes, we have the most advanced military. We got technology, this, that, the third, but you better understand one reason why Afghanistan did not go in our favor, due to a lot of the political bungling. Remember what the Taliban said. The Taliban said, America, you got to watch, but we got the time. Now, what did that mean? They were basically telling them from a warfare standpoint, this is our land. We know it better than you. Yes, you've got more advanced weaponry than us, but we ain't got nothing but time. We are religiously dedicated to this. So we're going to wait you out. Now, fast forward all these billions of dollars over the years that we spent, equipment left over there that they're now using, by the way. They waited us out, and they right back in control, and boy, them women and people over there are catching hell. The Taliban, boy, them some motherfuckers, boy, they cold-blooded. You a woman, you complain about how things over here, you be glad you're not over there in Afghanistan. An Afghani woman would trade places with you any day of the week, okay? I'm telling you. So now the reason why it's dangerous, if you put American boots on the ground, that would be one of the worst mistakes since the Vietnam War, okay? And you know the casualties that America suffered in the Vietnam War. I'm telling you now, because if you want to unify the Arab nations, let me tell you how this work on the world stage. This is because they always talk about Iran. Let me tell you what Iran would do. If they pull this stupid shit off, Iran would do this, and many other terrorist organizations like Hamas, they would say, okay, you want to displace the Palestinian people, our fellow Muslim brothers and sisters? Cool. Any American citizen traveling, if we get our hands on them, hostage time. Oh yeah, we got to talk why this is a stupid idea. Never mind the bloody deaths that you will be suffered on the ground from that, because you think they're not going to send help? These terrorist organizations are not as broke as America try to make them out to be. Oh, they're getting funding. Trust me. That's one thing about them. They know where to get some funding from. When it comes to a religious cause that they believe in, the money gonna roll in. Okay? So now that would be a stupid thing to do. Americans would be in danger if you're traveling abroad. Number two, Iran would definitely go ahead and say, okay, Russia, China, North Korea, let's get some military alliances popping. You see, we got this America problem. I can see this happening. Look, I'm telling you what I know, not what I think. Let me recount a bit of recent history to you. You remember when during the Trump administration that was in there and they killed General Soleimani over there? Now they call him a terrorist, is that the third, but one person terrorist is another person freedom fighter. Now, I'm not saying the guy was the same. He definitely wasn't. He was a very dangerous threat. But the way they did that, look, man, he should have been taken out by people in their region. They should have did what they need. Look, I want to say some things. I'll just keep it simple. They should have used other channels to do that. I'm not saying that it didn't need to be done, because this dude was very dangerous. But it didn't need to be done in such a blatant way where we're responsible for it. It's certain things that you just don't jump out there like, because they still pissed off about that. He is General Soleimani was a very revered figure over there in that region, okay? And they're going to get some get back about that as soon as they're able. So if he goes and pull this, that's going to give them all the funding they need. Look, that will be the greatest recruitment tool. You better understand. I'm going to break it down because I want my audience to understand what I'm saying here, okay? I want you to think in context of during election seasons, okay, family? Because I got to keep it real with my people. Think in terms of when you see political campaign ads from either party. Don't you know that terrorist organizations shoot their own commercials? Imagine American troops on the ground and they displacing Palestinians and shipping them out. Man, do you know what kind of terrorist gift recruitment tool that would be? Huh? Do you understand where I'm going with that? Now, the other part why that would be dangerous. You push Iran into a military alliance with Russia, China, North Korea, okay? Iran has a lot of operatives around the world that can operate in a stateless capacity at times. Do you hear me? Add into the fact that we have a country that likes to call itself a melting pot with people from all these different nations, some of them hostile to this country. You really think all of them are just, oh, I want to be an American? Or do you think we have some sleeper agents over here? You better start looking at some of the stuff that's happening in this country. Recently, you remember when that southern border crisis happened? The beginning of it, all these damn Chinese military age males marching around across that damn border. You really think the CCP wasn't going to send nobody up here? We're going to be dealing with the stupidity of Joe Biden and that administration for years to come. Very dangerous things. See, I've said this before, but I'm reiterating it here tonight. Now that this has happened, or they're talking about making it happen, because see, basically what they want to do is let's just call it what it is. They take these people off their land. They're not going to ever get that back. They're going to fuck around and let Israel get all of that. And then they're going to colonize that shit. And see, here's the other strategic reason. All of my military veterans, you know, the main reason why why Donald Trump is talking about doing this. They want access strategically to the Suez Canal. Okay, that is for my non-military or non-geopolitical people, that is a very strategic point in military, positioning. the Suez Canal. That would give them a lot of power in the region if they had control and access to that. And if they colonize the Gaza Strip, hey, they sitting right in prime position. Now, the deal, the way I can see it going, the deal has probably gone something like this behind closed doors. Israel want to get them out the paint so they can claim the Gaza Strip for themselves. So America's like, okay, if we help you do this, you got to let us have access to the Suez Canal. So they will fuck around and put an American military base there. Israel wouldn't have no control of the Suez Canal, and America would. And I could see Netanyahu saying, okay, deal. You scratch my back, I'll scratch yours. Problem. America, I'm telling you now, even if you support Donald Trump, you better not support him on this. You better, hey man, we need to keep our hands out of that business. Any type of religious conflict between two nations, no, we do not need to get involved with that. Not that. That is too personal. That is too deep. It's been going on for hundreds of years. We do not need to have our hands in the middle of that fucking business, okay? That is not wise. That is very dangerous to fuck around with talking about displacing these people in the millions. We ain't talking about a couple hundred people, millions of people. Regardless of what we look at when we see the Gaza Strip, you may look at it and say, oh man, it's a war-torn shithole, this, that, the third. To them, that's still home. And it has religious significance. And the way the Palestinians are going to look at that is like, hey man, look, we allow those of you that call yourself Israelites to come over here and have a place where nobody wanted you around. And you going to kick us off of the land that we used to have and send us up, man? Do you see, man? No. This is one of the things, let me tell you where I see this, man. This is one of them situations where if it's a husband and wife fighting, you stay your ass out of that shit. Stay out of that. That's their business, man. Let them handle that, bro. You have no business getting in the middle of that. Or if two brothers are fighting or two sisters are fighting, hey, man, if you ain't related to them, you're not their cousin or anybody trying to step in, leave that shit the fuck alone. I'm telling you, this would be one of the worst mistakes ever made. If you put American boots on the ground, a lot of young kids, because these are kids, man. See, look, the white supremacists don't like it. Because, look, there's some of them that know what my military background is. They know it for a fact. They know it. A lot of them don't like when I talk the way I'm talking about not putting young people in harm's way. Man, you better look at the American military today. These are babies, man. Well trained, yes. Lord knows they are. But, man, do you really want your young black relatives, okay, because I'm talking to my people now. You really want your young black relatives that really hadn't even lived away from home, haven't really got any adult experiences yet. You want their first experiences to be in a combat zone, away from home, in the middle of that shit? I ain't talking about something, man, where it's going to be like, they just going to be on security detail. No, you got to get in it. No, I don't want no children. And I'm saying children under me. If you in your early 20s, I look at you as a kid. I don't want you to have to go through that, man. I don't, man. I've been through that. I know what that's like, okay? I know. Most kids are not prepared for that. I don't care how much training they go through. Unless you... I'm going to say it this way. Even if you made it to any type of special forces division, okay, you're going to get the best training then. That's where you're going to get your best combat ready training at. Even then, until you know what that's like to get out there for that first time and there's bullets flying over your head, you got all the different types of dangers on a combat zone to deal with. You got to deal with the stress of making sure you understand what's coming across this radio. You got to deal with the stress of making sure that any type of preparations or intel that you've been fed is right and accurate. You got to deal with, okay, if you have an incompetent commander in the field. See, I'm talking about something a lot of people ain't going to tell you. I'll fuck these white folks. We don't talk real over here. You got to deal with, okay, if there's an incompetent commander in the field, who's the next senior person that's going to say, hey, man, hold on. We have to change plans on this. You're going to get everybody fucking killed. These kids are not ready for that, man. Do you understand how hard these people will fight if you go over there and displace them off their homeland? I'm telling you, that'll be the worst mistake since Vietnam, man. I'm telling you, dog, that is not going to be cool. Because, see, I know what a lot of the white folks are thinking. You don't know what you're talking about. We have superior ground forces. Okay, yeah. Let's say you take and hold the Gaza Strip. All right, let's tell you, because you can do that. That's realistic. The war is going to be fought by terrorist organizations that's going to be like, okay, you might have the grip on that, what used to be the Gaza Strip, but we're going to fight this wherever Americans at, the war we taking it to. It's going to be guerrilla war style. Oh, couple Americans going to go over to this resort? Hostage time. Got you, bitch. Come here. Oh, you going on the cruise ship and we got one of our opposites to plant some explosives over here? Okay, let's do that. Look, what I'm trying to tell you is it's going to be kid gloves off if this stupidity is done. So, yes, I'm criticizing Donald Trump on this. This is very stupid. I don't know what made him. Well, I do know what made him hop and do it. I'm saying, lie like I don't. He want to get control of the Suez Canal, and see, this is one of the problems with white supremacy. They think they're supposed to put their hands on everybody else's bullshit. The world is getting tired of that, man. Do you really think that Russia, China, North Korea, Iran, hell, India may join in on it? They keep fucking with them, who has a sizable military. You really think that they're not going to say, okay, you know what? We about tired of this bullshit. You've been doing this too long. Everywhere you go, you taking other people's shit. Huh? This is a bad move, family. I'm telling you, this is a bad move. But see, I want you to hear from him, though. Never mind what I'm saying. Because look, I know how these things will go down. I understand the way warfare is waged. This would not be a good move for the American people. It wouldn't abroad. See, this is the reason why I always say when it comes to going to war, if you really want to go to war so bad, this is what I feel like should be the global solution to that. Okay, something's come down the pipe where you say, oh, we just got to fight. We got to fight. All right, cool. No problem. You're not going to just sit back and send young men and women to die. No, have the Congress, have the Senate, the president. Okay, you appoint the vice president in your place because all these people have secondaries to take their place. You're going to suit up. You're going to suit up and you're going to get out here in the theater, come back with them. Get your punk ass out here, muster up, let's roll. You deploying with them. Oh, wait, no, you believe in it so strongly, right? You want to send young men and women to die? Go get out there with them. Show us how much you support the troops. See, because when it all boils down to it, when it comes to going to war, it's a bunch of old motherfuckers. I'm not just talking about here in America. A bunch of old motherfuckers worldwide that want to send young people to fight their battles for them over the minor disputes in a lot of different cases. Is there a time to go to war? There is. But for the most part, when you look at what most wars were really all about, you be like, wait a minute, man, you sent our young people to die for this bullshit, especially if it's behind some lies, like they told us about Iraq. Oh, he got all these weapons of mass destruction. We ain't found out one goddamn part of a fucking rocket to this day because that shit wasn't true. A lot of people lost their lives behind that, man. Some of us take that shit personal, man. But anyway, I want y'all to listen to what the Orange Man is talking about regarding this particular issue. Like I said, this would be one of the worst clusterfucks in American history if they do this. I want y'all to hear what he's about to say.
The U.S. will take over the Gaza Strip, and we will do a job with it, too. We'll own it and be responsible for dismantling all of the dangerous unexploded bombs and other weapons on the site, level the site and get rid of the destroyed buildings, level it out, create an economic development that will supply unlimited numbers of jobs and housing for the people of the area. Do a real job, do something different. Just can't go back. If you go back, it's going to end up the same way it has for 100 years.
All right, so you heard the Cheeto in chief there talking about displacing these people out their land and colonizing the Gaza Strip. Let's just call that what it is. You talking about colonizing their place. Listen, man, I'm going to say it one more time. Doing that would be one of the worst mistakes. You would get America into a situation where, look, you think people don't want to get on these planes now, just wait. Just wait. And I don't want to see this happen, but I understand how these terrorist organizations operate. Let me talk to y'all, man, for the average civilian that doesn't understand. When you do something to their people or their holy lands, anything that they find significant, you turn those people or places into martyrs. It is, look, the average person cannot understand how serious those particular people, okay, of that faith are about going to war with things. See, look, they don't look at it like, see, this is what a lot of white folks think. And Kermit S. Wingfield, you can probably back me up on this because that's a fellow retired veteran. A lot of white people see the military as like, look at all this stuff we got. Oh boy, you don't want to go to war against this. And see, that's the way white people look at things. The way these people look at things, Hamas and all these other terrorist groups, they're like, yeah, we see them tanks. But according to this fatwa over here, if I go and give my life in combat against you infidels, I get these 72 black-eyed virgins when I go to heaven. That's what they believe. You can say it sounds ridiculous, but what my point is this: go back and look at the Japanese kamikaze pilots during that time period, that were told, hey, look, you sacrifice your life for your country, you'll be a hero. Your family's name will live on in honor behind you forever. And my point is this: there's things that people are willing to die for that you might not understand. And see, I'm okay if you're going to say you're going to get your old ass out there with these young men and women that don't know anything about this type of conflict. Family, I'm not trying to be insulting when I say this because I love our brothers and sisters that's in the military, the black ones especially, okay? But you look at the young people culture today, you really think these young folks are really cut out to go to war like that's what's going to happen here? You really think they cut out for that? These are kids, man. Come on, man. Look, they don't even like to be taught to in certain types of ways. And I'm not shitting on my young people. I love y'all to life, man. I'm advocating for you. I don't want you fighting wars over nothing, man. Especially something that don't have nothing to do with us, man. This is a bad look. It's not smart. If they old ass is gonna get in the theater to come back and fight, okay, cool. You get out there with them so that you taking a risk. It shouldn't be you sitting in a situation room somewhere and you kick it back talking about, oh, that went bad. And then you make up some lie to tell the American public about why we had to do this or that. No, get your ass out there. You put your life on the line with them young people. That's my stance on it. And see, again, as far as abroad, when you motivate people like that behind something that they have sacred value, that has sacred value to them, they willing to do anything. Unconventional warfare is something that you cannot plan for. Do you understand? So I'm talking about military history, man. You go back and look at why we lost Vietnam, because a lot of people still don't want to say that. Yes, we lost Vietnam. You went into an area where the enemy knew the terrain better than you, and you underestimated their ability to fight you tooth and nail to the death. You do not underestimate any opponent. Let me talk to you on a one-to-one basis. I don't care if it's a one-on-one fight. I don't care if you look at this person, okay, as if you bigger than them, you stronger than them. I was always taught as a child, don't ever underestimate any opponent. You fight every opponent as if they're equal to or better than you. That's what my father and my uncles taught me. As far as me defending myself early on as a child, like, look, son, you have to get into it. You fight this person like they're equal or better to you. Now, I was very well trained as a child. It's been a tradition in my family to make sure the men are actually trying to defend ourselves. I was taught, don't underestimate anybody. White America has a bad fucking problem of underestimating people. That's gotten this country into so much trouble abroad. It's so many things I could tell y'all about how they thought they was being slick with certain things. And then here's the worst part too. This is the part that really cuts me before I move on from this. The worst thing in the world for any soldier is to be in a situation where you are undertaking an operation and they've told you that, listen, if this go left, we don't know nothing. Ain't no help coming for you. Ain't nothing. You just over there. Do you understand how many American soldiers are in situations like that right now where they're in somebody's prison camp, okay, especially Afghanistan? Look, boy, I got to kind of... Oh boy, the thing in Afghanistan, there's still American people over there that's being held by them folks. You know that? Joe Biden didn't want to talk about that, but that's true. Now you imagine your young baby, okay, 20-something years old, you proud of him, and you fuck around and get that phone call that, yeah, your baby's still alive, but they're held hostage somewhere, and they don't know if they're gonna be able to get them back. See, for me, I'm not somebody that's retired that's gonna blow smoke up your ass and be like, yeah, get in there for the benefits, this, that, the third. Nah, man, I'm gonna tell you the good tell you the good and the bad. I ain't gonna just tell you one side of something. That's something I don't believe in doing. So if you choose to make that decision to serve in the military, God bless you. But I want you to know the cons of the situation. It's not all pros. There's nothing all pros in life, okay? So that's where I'm coming at it from, man. I care about our folks in particular, and I don't want our young people being in those situations, man. I just don't. Behind this stupidity, this can be avoided. Let Israel and Palestine work that out, whatever way they're going to work it out. But this move right here will be looked at as very aggressive in the Muslim and the Arab community at large, okay? That you think that's not going to have ramifications over here in America? Let me tell you something, man. These people over here will set this motherfucker off. You thought 9/11 was bad. Fuck around and take these people off their land and see what happened over here. And you done sit up here and let all these people from all four corners of the globe come over in here. You really think look, you saw what happened with the dude that they got caught there that tried to blow up the Cybertruck and all that. What's the other little dude that went on the little shooting spree? Huh? You better start looking at some of this stuff that's already started to happen behind just rhetoric about doing things to them people. And you think you're going to take them off their land and ain't nothing going to happen? Okay. Be the dumbest shit ever, man. Remember, you heard it here. But we got some other things we got to analyze, family. I want y'all to take a look at this as well. I want y'all to check this out, because I'm going to be thorough over here on this broadcast tonight. Got a couple more things to look at.
What President Trump said yesterday is an acknowledgement of the following. Gaza has been severely damaged. If you look at the aerial imagery, you see what's happening. The billions of dollars that are going to be required for reconstruction are enormous. Some areas have been rendered unlivable now and for the foreseeable future. And so what President Trump announced yesterday is the offer, the willingness of the United States to become responsible for the reconstruction of that area. And while you are debris, by the way, there are unexploded munitions. There are all kinds of Hamas weaponry still buried underground. For people to be able to live in a place safely, all of that has to be removed. It's an enormous undertaking. And the only thing President Trump has done very generously, in my view, is offer willingness to step in, clear the debris, clean the place up from all the destruction that's on the ground, clean it up of all these unexploded munitions. And in the meantime, the people living there will not be able, the people who call that home will not be able to live there while you have crews coming in and removing debris, while you have munitions being removed, etc. That's the offer that he's made. It's actually, he made a similar, obviously we didn't have a conflict at the time, but when in his first term, he offered a $50 billion plan to help Palestinians, which was rejected by the PA and obviously others. So in the interim, obviously people are going to have to live somewhere while you're rebuilding it. It is akin to a natural disaster. So what he's very generously has offered is the ability of the United States to go in and help with debris removal, help with munitions removal, help with reconstruction, the rebuilding of homes and businesses and things of this nature, so that then people can move back in. But in the meantime, they'll have to live somewhere. Now, the details of that, if it was accepted, would have to be worked out among multiple partner nations. It's a unique offer, one that no other country in the world has stepped up and made an offer. But I think it's one people need to think about. Seriously, it was not meant as a hostile move. It was meant as I think, a very generous move, the offer to rebuild and to be in charge of the rebuilding of a place, many parts of which right now, even if people move back, they would have nowhere to live safely because there are still unexploded munitions and debris and rubble.
Okay, so now, in case you don't know who that is, because I'm mindful that there could be young people listening, and salute to the good brother, Black Truth United, for the cash out. Thank you very much, my good man. Thank you. In case there's young people listening that might not give a damn about politics or what have you, that was Marco Rubio, the current Secretary of State. Now, what I really don't like about what he just pulled, they're basically trying to spin this as if they're doing the Palestinians a favor. They just gonna come in and clean up unexploded ordnance and, we just gonna make everything safe for people to live. You colonizing people, man, and then you're gonna try to sell this shit to them as if, we're doing it for your benefit. Look, same playbook. They do this with us all the time. Huh? You basically finna do to black people, or do to them what you do to black people. Now, I'm not putting the cape on for them. I'm just talking about it from a matter of fact point of view so that my people will understand when shit start happening. I've already broken it down to you how they're gonna look at this. Because, I mean, look, anybody in here, somebody kicked you out your house and they set their funky ass up in your shit, you be like, hey, bro, nah, hell no. I'll burn the motherfucker down before I let you kick me out my shit and you just kick it up in there and all laughing in my face about it. You understand? Very stupid thing to do. But see, when they have a colonizer's mindset, and see, look, let's talk about justice for a minute, okay? Justice, if we were living in a just world, which we're not, justice would be, okay, each country that has its own sovereign territory, as long as nobody's threatening your nation, you don't go try to take anything from anybody else. Even if you the bigger nation and they're the smaller nation, justice will be, okay, yes, I'm the bigger nation. I'm bigger than you. I've got a bigger military, etc. But I'm not going to take from you. That doesn't belong to me. And see what I just said? That's an alien language to white supremacists. This is why when you look at the British Empire, they conquered damn near half the globe. Then you look at their cousins over here in America, they think they're supposed to just take from other people. Let me tell you something. God don't like ugly. One of the 10 commandments, everybody should know it, even if you're not a person that's into the Christian Bible, thou shalt not steal. Most religions of any faith have something against stealing. It's a terrible thing to be a thief. And look, here's the thing. They call conquest. What they call conquest is theft plus murder. Theft plus murder. That's what that is. That's conquest. That's what the basic definition of that is on its face in an actionable way. You stealing from people and you murdering them to do it. You can't have peace with other people when you have a reputation of just taking shit from people. And see, when you look at what's going on the world stage, the reason why BRICS is coming together, the reason why you see a lot of these countries putting it aside past grievances and forming military alliances, they're getting ready to deal with the big bully on the playground, okay? They are. And unfortunately, the American government is operating like a bully. Leave people the fuck alone. If they look, the only way we should go to war is if you fuck with us. If you taking our hostages overseas and we ain't done nothing to your nation, okay, now it's time for us to put a foot in your ass. You coming over here attacking us on our soil, okay, yeah, we got to put a foot in your ass for that. But now as far as like, we going over there initiating things where people got to retaliate, hey man, old dog get tired of being kicked, and this would be one of the worst things ever if he does this. And see, we got to look at something else, and let me talk to the tether class for a minute because I'm warning them. This want to be one of the only broadcasts where you hear me mention this many things on a geopolitical level, but I try to cover the news in a way where it makes sense for anybody listening. Elon Musk, your boy over here on the right-hand side of the screen, I'm pretty sure y'all heard and saw the bullshit that he's been perpetuating, talking about, oh, it's bad things happening to white South Africans. They keep telling that lie about people displacing them off their land. That is a lie from the pit of hell. I've been to South Africa. White people live like fucking divine royalty over there. Ain't nobody doing that to them folks. They're not. Because sadly, I got to see it. In case you've never been to South Africa, over there, you got the black South Africans. Okay. Definitely got the white South Africans. And by the way, they're from the Netherlands. I mean, I hate to call them that, but look, by nationality, that's what they are. Okay. They run the economy and most of the business sector. Them and the East Indians. Okay, now you got Chinese over there. 13 Chinese police stations over there, by the way, but that's a whole nother broadcast for another day. South Africa has an all-white only town called Orania over there, okay? Yeah, an all-white sundown town over there in South Africa where black people can't go. You can work there, but you can't live there. Yeah, right now, 2025 is still over there. Mm-hmm. This is the South Africa that Elon Musk is talking about, which is basically under neo-apartheid, where you got black people running the government, but they don't run the economy, and that a lot of them haven't gotten their land back that was taken from their family members during apartheid. Now, Elon Musk, little tadpole face-looking ass, he's a child of apartheid, and so was his father, okay? So now that he's over here in America, became the richest man in the world off our tax dollars, and he's all buddy up under Trump, he's been feeding Trump that lie about bad things happening to white people. Now, if Donald Trump was smart, you know what he would do? He would take his ass over there and go see for himself. Like, yeah, Elon, I hear what you're saying, but let me go see. See, that's what a just ruler would do. A wise president, okay? Would say, okay, let's get an assessment. Let me see what's going on for myself. Okay, and first and foremost, that's those people's business. If the South African government did decide to say, hey, listen, everything that was taken from black South Africans during apartheid, we giving it back to their descendants. That's their business. They should do that. They should have done that and that Truth and Reconciliation Council that they had there. The Truth and Reconciliation Council was a disgrace. You don't let your colonizers join your damn government after they brutalized and murdered your people. I've told y'all for years about that bastard Wouter son, who's a practicing cardiologist today, that was in the apartheid South African government designing chemical weapons specifically to kill black people. There's a documentary about that you can watch, okay? Yeah. There's a documentary that details that. They let this motherfucker be a practicing cardiologist, no prison time, no crimes against humanity. They should have had Nuremberg trials on all them motherfuckers for what they did to black South Africans. But no, they let them go. Talking about their slogan is the Rainbow Nation. Man, if you go there and see where the average black South African is living, I'm not saying there's no well-to-do people over there, but it's few and far in between. Most of the white people over there in the East Indies got all the damn money. Now, the thing I will give South Africans credit for, they don't leave their country like most other people and go fleeing all over the place. I will give the brothers over there credit for that. They will stay in their nation and try to handle their business to the best of their ability. Shout out to them for that. If they were smart, they would have put Julius Malema as president. I get it. Some of his policies are controversial because, you know, everybody tries to immigrate to South Africa since they view that as having the best infrastructure, etc. Okay. In some cases they do, but in other cases, look, they're not the only developed country on the continent of Africa. Okay, they're not. Kenya, okay, or several of the countries I can name that are decent, might not have all the modern advancements or what have you, but look, that's not the only place. But I digress. Elon Musk is feeding Trump this bullshit about, you know, white South Africans being displaced and bad things happening to them. Instead of going over there to see, and see, here's the other issue that they have with South Africa. And this is something that I hate, man, because they're going to kind of have to learn the hard way about this. South Africa took a position in the Israeli-Palestinian conflict, okay, against Israel, all right? So now when they did that, you know that this country over here is pretty much in bed with Israel. You got to go in and call it what it is. You see how they have AIPAC all in the middle of our politics over here, okay? I really wish South Africa would have stayed out of that and just, you know, they call Russia a partner. I don't like that. They call China a partner. They should have just focused on dealing with them, but they jumped up and took a position in that. So now this is, they really want to do to them what they did to Zimbabwe and Haiti. That's what they're looking to do. Okay, but see, here's the problem. I'm going to say something that's going to surprise a lot of y'all. Elon Musk is a white South African over here, okay? We know that. He's in Trump's here talking about, he basically want to put sanctions on them. That's what they're really trying to lean towards. If he does that, he going to hurt his fellow white South Afrikaners over there that might not be running most of the government, but they run most of the economic and business sector. Yeah, I'm going there. So what you're going to see, you're going to see some pushback from a lot of white South Africans over there. They'll be like, hey, you crazy motherfucker. You got your bread. You the richest man in the world. We over here still trying to hold on to what we got. And see, that's the amazing thing about the so-called white South Africans. They don't want to go back to their country of the Netherlands. In fact, the Netherlands don't want them back. That's where them people are from, okay? They are not from that region, all right? Despite the lie they try to tell. Look, but for those of you that don't know, the lie they try to tell about South Africa, the Boers, okay, that's what they're called. They try to say that the South African region was uninhabited and they just came there and it was empty land and they just built up all this stuff. That's the lie they want to tell you. Never mind all the history of all them people, the Khoisan people and so on and so forth that are indigenous to that region. Oh, they just never mind all that shit. It's just on white and I say so. So see, it's their business. My South African brothers and sisters over there, y'all got business to handle, man. Y'all gonna have to tighten up. I mean, I can't tell you what to do in your nation, but I know if it was Foundation of Black American Freedmen and Julius Malema was advocating for us, we would be trying to work with him in the EFL to get our land back and be actually in control of our country and our economy and not have to look at the white folks living in the lap of luxury all over the place and putting up towns telling you where you can't go. Huh? But family, I want y'all to listen to this report here on that particular issue because, man, when we tell those of you that are not from America, while you over here talking about what Foundation of Black American Freedmen need to do, Y'all need to be focused on this, okay? And I will give South Africans credit for the most part, they stay in their countries and try to handle their business. But the ones over here that jumping in our Twitter spaces, nah, man, they need to be talking about what I'm about to show y'all. I want y'all to take a listen to this.
President Donald Trump is threatening to cut all future funding to South Africa. He claims certain people are treated very badly and that the country is confiscating land. Trump is possibly referring to the recently signed Expropriation Act, but without proof, he claims there are massive human rights violations in South Africa and wants a full investigation. The US president told Fox News that bad things are happening in South Africa and that the leadership is doing terrible things. Trump, however, didn't mention what terrible things he's referring to.
When Donald Trump won on the 6th of November last year, I said he is going to dominate the global agenda and he will dominate the relationship with South Africa. Everything that we thought would be the framework that we've worked with the United States and others across the country, across the globe, is going to be upended. And he's absolutely going to do that. I don't think this is the first time that Donald Trump is going to pronounce himself on South Africa. I've said that our relationship and our case of genocide against Israel, for example, and what happened in its engagement of the war against Gaza and Hamas is going to be a big issue. I think this is just the beginning with the United States. That relationship is going to dominate in South Africa, is going to dominate the way we deal with the world. And I think by November, when the G20 summit takes place in Johannesburg, there is going to be a lot that will have happened. So I see this as just the beginning. I think that that relationship you speak about with AGOA, the fact that already USAID has been cut off, is being cut off by the United States government, the fact that 20% of South Africans who benefit from HIV AIDS medication that comes from PEPFAR, the program started 20 years ago by George W. Bush, will now face a new reality. All these things are going to come through. The United States is going to, in my view, upend South Africa in many ways. You can see with the currency, the rand is taking a beating on just other issues, the tariff issue and so forth. So AGOA will be another one, Braden. And I think we South Africans have to prepare ourselves for the fact that we will be talking to, with, against, alongside the United States for quite a while.
There you have it. You heard what that brother there down in South Africa was saying. And see, let me go ahead and say this about that situation, right? Family, I wish they would have stayed out that situation with Israel and Palestine. And I understand why they were doing it. I understand the history behind those two countries. Okay, they kind of feel like they have an alliance with them. Do your homework on that. You know, they kind of look at the Palestinians as advocating for them to get out of apartheid. Now, if I got to go here, just talking about facts, foundational Black American freedmen did a lot more than the Palestinians did. We did more than just speak up. Whether it was our entertainers saying, listen, I'm not going to go play over there if you're going to be treating Black folks like that over there, to some of us actually going over there and trying to help the brothers and sisters out, huh? But we've done a lot to help them out. So, you know, if they really want to be grateful to anybody, they should be advocating for us to get our reparations. But hey, it's their country. They can do what they want to do. Let me say this about that situation, man. If they do, go ahead, and I hope to God that doesn't happen. But if they displace the Palestinians and remove them from the Gaza Strip, and let's just say South Africa say, okay, you can come on down here. We'll take you in. Here's the question that I got to ask. Do y'all think that the Palestinians would come down there and be grateful that they were taken in? Or do you think that they would come down there and join with the East Indians and Boers and, you know, the rest of them and just start mistreating continental Africans down to the South Africans. What y'all think? What y'all think would be more likely? Because see, look, I'm just asking the question. It would be a shame if they did make that move to take them in, because I could see South Africa doing that. And then they turn on them and then start, mistreating them just the way the same of these other foreign groups that have come down there. Just a question. It's their country. They can run it how they see fit. But I'll say this. I wish they would put more attention into helping the brother Ibrahim Traore over there in the Sahel region, West Africa. He's the president of Burkina Faso. He's joined with Mali, Niger, and I want to say Malawi. I think so. You know what I'm saying? That's the other nation. It's a couple other nations trying to get behind the brother. How about you help your fellow brothers and sisters out on the continent, man, and practice Pan-Africanism over there? Because see, for me, even though I'm a foundational Black American freedom and we focus on taking care of home, what I would like to see happen on the continent is they start practicing military and economic Pan-Africanism to the point where anybody talking about you going to put sanctions on us, they can be like, well, fuck you and everything you stand for. Take your USAID and whatever else and get the fuck out of my country. You don't tell me what to do over here with my fellow brothers and sisters over here, fellow countries over here. That's what I would like to see, but it's their business. They're going to have to handle it however they see fit. I'm just letting y'all know what's about to take place on the world stage regarding that issue, okay? So, family, look, the thing is, it's a lot that's changing on the world stage very fast. It's a lot of things that we need to keep our eyes on to make sure that the things that affect us, and the main issue that I'm looking at now, this Gaza Strip issue, we need to be prepared to take care of what we need to take care of to make sure that we're good, okay? And I'm going to say this. If they do go forward with that move, and Lord knows, y'all know I keep telling y'all travel is the best education you can get. But if they go forward with that move, fall back on traveling overseas for a minute. I'm telling you now, I know how that's going to sound to some people, but it's better to be safe than sorry. Fall back, because I already know what Hamas and all these other terrorist organizations would do. The first thing they're going to do is start trying to take hostages in other countries and be like, look, bitch, get the fuck out of our land, or else everywhere there's an American citizen, we get a chance to run up on them and do whatever we're going to do. They're going to try it, okay? I'm just saying, I'm talking to Black folks now. White people going to be hard-headed. America's back. They're okay. All right. You hadn't learned nothing. You don't understand that guerrilla warfare is the hardest type to defend against. And that's exactly what these people will practice, because they know they can't go head up with our military, but that doesn't mean that you can't win the fight. It's been done many times throughout history with many different empires and nations. So as a true student of military history, I understand that there's nothing new under the sun. And I just want our people, I would like for our government to make wise decisions, but I definitely want our people to make wise decisions. So if they do go through with that foolishness, chill out on going overseas, man. Chill out. I'm telling you now, I would hate for you to have to be in a situation where you on a plane, they done took a bunch of folks hostage behind that issue. Usually they let Black people go, but you never know. This time they might be like, hey, man, fuck it. All of y'all Americans, we're going to do whatever we got to do until y'all get out of Gaza, okay? So that's just my advice on that. Thank you to everybody that contributed to the broadcast. I hope everybody was able to learn something from it. Yes, I know YouTube was playing games during the stream, but they will always do that over here, especially if I'm clicking on these particular subjects. Y'all notice that? Certain things, they'll leave these broadcasts alone, but if I get to clicking on things and breaking stuff down, yeah, you know what I'm saying? I mean, it's going to be some issues, man, like I said. So it is what it is, man. We're going to get this information out here to the people that want to hear the information and actually apply it and learn from it, and people that want to be aware of things here and abroad, okay? So with that being said, I want you to remember that we're a great and mighty people. We got to put ourselves first. We don't owe nobody else nothing. It's time to take care of foundational Black American freedom and business. And I will definitely be having some things coming up here on a range of other issues you all been wanting me to address and talk about. Got something else coming up on Patreon pretty soon. I got to address that 19 keys situation. Oh, yeah, I'm going to have to do that over there. It will be available to both tiers when I do that. So be looking out for that probably in the next day or so. So with that said, take care of yourselves. Put our people first. Black first, salute, and I will see y'all in future content.